Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Would look at the old still and put the exact same dents in the new still that was in the old still because they found that it didn't taste right, so there must be something magical. Well, it turns out about just like every little bit of curvature and shape that is in a still affects how the whiskey actually turns out.
That makes complete sense because of the of the heating patterns, like where I was just kind of talking about, where it starts at the bottom, but then if you have parts that are indented like that, they will hold their heat a little bit more than they would if they were a flat surface, because it's like it's protecting itself, but also the greater surface area you have, then it should be, I don't know, it's all physics, right? Like it should reduce its heat, but if it's concave instead of convex, then you've got to worry about like the heat from above and below and holding that air pocket that's in there against the rest of the air that's surrounding it.
Also, it's external heat and internal heat, so
Yeah. And that's not even getting into the science of the material because of convectivity of the external portions of it and how thick your walls are of that thing and how much that heat transfers from there to there.
what are you distilling? Just
I don't know. Stuff.
stuff,
Yeah.
alcohol,
Yeah,
to be determined at a later note.
the challenge with labeling anything when it comes to distilling is that when it's a finished product, it has to be generally from like a a specific recipe and done their certain way to call it that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to meet a whole bunch of
Criteria to
criteria.
to get
Like,
their flavor profiles, which I understand because like what I'm distilling, I've tasted it. It's alcohol. Bree can tell you it's alcohol. Um, and
Oh, it's alcohol, all right. That's for sure.
I just
yeah, it's weird. All those little things that you have to follow. Like, whiskey can't be a certain proof when it goes into the barrel. Not the finished product. When it actually goes into the barrel, it can't be higher than
yeah.
140.
Those are things for to do with when it comes to selling more than the flavor, because although oddly enough the flavor all comes after most of the time. Most of the time. Depends upon your all kinds of fun stuff.
Depends upon your mash.
Yeah, well, wash as they call it in distilling. They like to mix up all the terms when it comes to fermenting to distilling for whatever reason. And then obviously also too between the different like brews, like rum, there's stuff that's left over. Sometimes they call it trube, sometimes they call it like, oh crud, there's all kinds of names for that stuff that's like left over after you're done distilling. And you're go ahead.
I was gonna say body armor. Manufacturers have fucked up the word spalling.
Why is that?
So body armor, usually hard metal plates, come with a coating of rubberized material to catch bullet fragments, and they call that spalling.
Oh.
But if you ask a tanker what spalling is, it's when something hits the armor of the tank and doesn't penetrate, but hits hard enough to actually shatter metal on the opposite sides and sends off shrapnel.
Fun fact,
So
in architecture, that actually has to do with reinforced concrete and the layer of concrete above the reinforcing falling off whenever the metal underneath starts to expand from rust jacking, they call it. So that's why I was really confused. I hadn't heard that term in reference to those. Hi,
many
everybody. I think we're missing some people still. We got Shia. Oh, no. I'm looking at these. It's Mariel now. It's Sarah, Cassidy, Ike. I didn't say welcome to you either, George. And I think we're still missing Jesse.
Gab's getting on.
And Gab.
yeah,
A second.
I know. I just kind of jumped into the conversation.
No, that was great. I love those sorts of conversation. I was just trying to make sure I said hi to everyone before I continued on my tangent because,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to distilling, I've dove down that rabbit hole pretty darn deep.
Sometimes I wish everyone could just get all together in the same room and decide what words actually mean.
Good luck with that one, ever. There's just a bunch of noises that that we agreed upon when they come out of our mouth and mean a certain thing.
That's fair.
Like when I was in welding class, my teacher said, "What's the difference between pipe and tube?"
Oh fuck.
And he said,
Material?
if you call it no, if you call it a pipe, you're with the pipe fitters. If you call it a tube, you're with the iron workers.
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, because you don't call it pipe steel, you call it tube steel whenever it's hollow in the center and you're building structures out of it.
Well, like cylindrical is actually like referred to as black iron pipe.
From a piping standpoint, yes. But
but even like when you order it online, that's what they call it.
Interesting. I know that when you're specifying it from a structural standpoint, you'd still call it as like a hollow HSS, hollow steel.
Try that one more time.
You come through only a little bit there, Sarah.
No, you're good.
What'd you say?
I was thinking hollow metal tube, but then you said HSS, and I was like, that's wrong, Sarah. I just lightly said it for that reason.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Hollow steel. I don't know what that other one stands for then.
What? Which one? Oh. Maybe I know. I know some like metal terms.
Hollow.
Oh, sometimes you do call it tube steel though. TS. I do remember that.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's why I said it's usually the tube steel,
Or
or
structural section.
I-beam.
Oh, hollow structural sections. I also see high-speed steel for
Yeah,
whatever
but
reason.
it's basically like different shapes of tube steel.
High
None of
speed
it
steel
makes
is
sense.
tooling. At least that's. Am I thinking of that right? It's like milling machine tooling.
Could be.
It's something to do with hardness.
If I had to take a guess from jumping into this conversation when I did, and based on who's talking, I'm guessing they're talking about architectural things.
Or like metal in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's like a tangent, architectural things it's involved, but it's not a main staple.
That's for sure. We've somehow managed to get here though from distilling.
Oh yeah, we were talking about originally how words don't mean what they mean.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I shared a lovely video. If you're ever even mildly interested in distilling, so in the chat. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with popcorn, Sutton. I highly, if you're not familiar, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend watching the. I think it's like a full movie. It's like over an hour, but.
Oh boy, yeah. 1.5 hours. I was like, I'll
Yeah,
watch
he's like
it.
an old school, like go into the woods and make illegal moonshine guy. He died, but this was like the last time he did it.
That's cool.
Wasn't he on Shiners? Like
Huh?
the TV show on Discovery?
There was
I
a
don't think so.
Maybe I'm just stereotyping what people who make moonshine look like.
Maybe.
Hi, Jesse.
That's where they all have that beard and hat.
I mean, they also might have modeled that person off of him. I don't know. I just watched this once, and it basically shows him making moonshine. Like, he builds the still, like, walks you through how to do it.
The weird thing though that I have to say, having watched tons of videos on distilling now, too many, and done a lot of reading and such now too, that like everybody uses, when we're going back to that same conversation we were having, the completely different words for the same damn things.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome to
especially when it
a
comes to,
profession that's not standardized.
well, the thing is that especially when it comes to the different types of liquor and each one saying their own, calling their things slightly different things, even though they're the same thing, or completely different things.
Because well, like different liquors come from different cultures,
Oh yeah,
right?
well,
Like every culture has its own liquor, so of course they're like the process is the same. They're gonna call everything different.
true. That's true. That's true.
Well, that's why we have football in America and everyone else calls it American football, is because it originated as a sport similar to rugby, or like it was rugby. I don't really know the whole thing, but like soccer just died off over here, giving multiple attempts. It just like ceased to exist. Like I think the
Too
longest
much
like,
running. I think we're too lazy for soccer.
it was like in the 1920s. Like the longest like running like soccer league was 10 years, and that was like impressive compared to the other ones.
It's too much work.
I don't know,
I
but
agree with that.
they made the distinction between football and rugby over in England after we had left and separated and done all that.
No,
I
that's
just never made the jump.
that, and it was the British sport, or the where we came from. So we needed to create our own damn thing so that we stood out and looked different.
Baseball. Baseball's the all-American sport.
Yeah, true. Oh,
Speaking of things that's too much, baseball is too much fucking waiting. No one got time for that
No,
shit
baseball's
nowadays.
perfect.
when
What do
you're
you
watching,
mean waiting? What are you waiting for?
Something to fucking happen.
Well, I could say the same thing about football.
Yeah. Too shy.
You know,
If
it's
football
all
is
about
boring,
knowing the swing. Oh,
then baseball must be torture.
no, it's all
Mm-mm.
about knowing the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I know the sport. It's
I gotta say baseball's
I watch
better
for
than
the-
football.
The pitches, the way everyone's adjusting themselves for each player, generally knowing each player. I mean, there's so many different things. And then that final like crack and you're just like, yes. I would say it's the same thing. Like anytime there's more hits than there is touchdowns in a singular game of baseball versus football. And I'd say the hits are like the exciting part, and the touchdowns are kind of like the exciting part of football.
maybe
Now-
it's just because I'm a Pirates fan.
now I'd be very, very, very interested to
That
know
is,
if there are a comparable amount of hits to first downs, because that's what you're actually watching for when you're watching football.
yeah.
I'm more of a defensive guy.
I'll tell you a good
What?
sport.
I like.
MotoGP is the way to go.
I don't.
That's
No, I don't want to watch people die. I really don't.
Oh, bud, that's a real sport. If you have a chance to die, that's competitiveness.
I've watched some of the Isle of Man shit, and that shit's terrifying.
Right?
That's a whole nother thing.
Left the arena of sports ball and gone to high motor speed.
Vroom vroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Isle of Man race is the most dangerous race ever created.
Yeah, hands down.
Something
So,
like over 100 people have died.
I think we've got everybody now.
I
with
got an
Jess.
axe.
Yeah.
And there's a leopard rug in the middle of the floor.
A leopard.
If I recall,
Um.
we I don't know if they're leopard. They're obviously leopards here in Gargant or this world.
Mhm.
I think we were. I forget what we were doing. Does anybody remember?
Like was
Baharash
getting,
just got done getting laid by a spider lady.
I remember that.
Yeah.
but, like,
Couple
we were-
times.
we were leaving, but I can't remember if we were going up or down.
So
I thought we were gonna look for the Minotaur.
Right.
What's
We
up,
need
Jesse?
to look for the Minotaur. He's our only way out.
Minotaur. are.
That's right. We were gonna go to like some random unoccupied part and hope that he like jumped out.
Also,
You
just as a
really threw me off there with the Gargant thing. I was like, oh wait, which campaign am I in?
Yeah, sorry. This isn't. Well, we don't know where we are. We could be in Gargant. Who knows?
you're on you're in the world, like the plane of existence you guys call it, where you're at is Tareth. Like that's where you're not there currently because you know that like you got put on the table to what you know, like you think you're still on Tareth though, like if it's just using today's terminology but also somewhat your guys' own, would probably still be able to understand planets and planetary bodies because you have a moon, you have stars, you have space outside of your planet.
Okay.
There's
So,
much
but we
debate
don't
whether or not it's
necessarily know
flat.
that because we've only ever seen tunnels.
Not in your life, obviously, but during this campaign, yes.
Okay.
You guys don't know. You're pretty sure though that you're still on Tarth because some of the things are still coinciding. Like there isn't completely alien races to you. All these people and things seem, other than obviously the demons and some of the Underdark stuff that you guys might not be familiar
Yeah.
with.
Seeing the lizard folk gives me a little pang of guilt.
That it should.
Well, when you said Gargant, and then you were like, I have an axe, and I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna kill the lizards again.
Again.
Not here.
Now recording.
Fucking Craig.
Fucking Craig!
So, as you guys were kind of going through your own recap there a little bit, which I appreciate, I did still get that, but you guys are kind of like, wait, what were we doing? Baharash, you're still wiping the stink off of you, if you will. Nobunaga comes out of the back room and basically says, starts off with a fluttering of the eyelashes in Baharash's direction, and
Might give her a nice, like, seductive wink right back at her.
and she just languidly scuttles in, realizing that I hadn't really completely explained some of the things that I probably should have, which is that it seems you've been found worthy of Manipulus, and as a general appreciation to the Shadow Seekers, I should grant something else that I haven't to many others. The second reason for the name for Hooch and Pooch is the Pooches, and she whips out a whistle that looks like a dog whistle, as to what you can tell, and is holding it and saying, "If you take this and blow upon it, I shall be able to send one of my phase pooches, and you could, we can coordinate back and forth through anything. And if you were so kind as to capture this Ferris that slipped through your grasp last time for me, I might interest you in a run in the above ground world through and search for the Minotaur myself if you come back this way. I'll keep you up to date if we find him on our end too. But generally speaking, if you blow this whistle, one of my pooches will appear at the set source of the sound for you."
So Mame appears in front of Nobunaga and outstretches a hand as if to accept the whistle.
And Nobunaga sets it in your palm and kind of creans over the side of your neck. And Baharash, if you ever
Yes.
in these regions again, just ask for Nobu.
Oh, most definitely. I'm gonna give her another wink back.
But
I'm still in the bedroom, and I only have 3 hit points, so I don't really know what happened.
what
Oh
bedroom?
yeah.
Someone else get it on with the spider? Because I'm down some hit points too.
Not that I know
Okay, here,
of.
Baharash, do you need some help there?
I need some healing.
Nah, I'm good. I'll just keep this the way it is for the good memories.
All right.
No heal.
Remind me, Zolas, you were dealing with a broken ceiling last session, right? For this campaign?
I don't know. A broken ceiling?
Yeah.
this
Like in
room?
real life.
Yeah, in real life.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay.
I was I was
Wow, I was engrossed in the fantasy. Yeah.
You're good. No, so because I was trying to remember, I didn't think, so yeah, I guess you are just waking up, you should be long rested. You slept in, basically, from what you experienced last. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly. Would have been,
Wouldn't it have been the session that we like me and Shia missed, where like everybody got shit faced, or not Shia, Mariel missed, and we got shit faced, like everybody else got shit faced, and we found the Minotaur.
yeah.
Did we find the Minotaur that time?
Well,
Me
Griselda.
and Mariel did.
Yeah, Griselda and Mariel stumbled into seeing.
Oh,
the
in that
Minotaur,
room with the weird walls.
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if they ever actually told you guys about that or not. I think they did.
They
We
did
did,
talk
we
about it
did.
in their sleep.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
because we basically, they were like, oh, we need to follow the Minotaur, and we said, oh, hey, we saw him back there, but then he like disappeared and shit. So I don't know if that's the last place. You know, like, should we go to the last place? I think he's gonna only, like, basically, he's only going to appear when he wants to be found. Is Mariel's thought process.
Are
Or
you
I
guys
guess
not
they're-
looking for him right now? Or no?
We will be shortly.
But, so,
We
yeah.
are.
I think what had
Yeah.
happened for you, Zolas, then is that you'd slip in a little bit while they were wandering up into a different region that you don't know about, and you're like waking up to an empty room now, currently, after the long rest of. Yeah, because I'm seeing at least that you hauled yourself out of the river and went back into that room and went to sleep with everyone that was in that room, and in different beds, not all together.
I'm always
After-
waking up confused.
After a very
No.
drunk evening at the bar Hooch and Pooch.
Okay, it's just like afternoon of the same day, morning of
You're not real
of the
sure.
next
You're
day?
like, how long have I been asleep?
Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Manny. I'm gonna hold up my charm thing.
Yep.
Any chance that you could just like poof me into where all my friends are? I'm a little bit lost.
Oh, I really wish I could. You're still in the labyrinth, don't you know?
Yeah, but you have to know where they are, right?
Not entirely. I mean, kind of, but not entirely, no.
Okay, could you give me a direction?
North from your location, it seems like.
Do you just have like a compass or?
Well, I'm sort of connected to this necklace you're in. Or, well, I'm in, that I'm on you.
Oh, chicken!
Okay.
Wow, wow.
As you,
Did he hear that? every time this is gonna turn sexual in my head, I'm going, stop that now. From Monty Python. Not singing.
I always think
No sex scenes.
I always think of Quagmire saying giggity.
Uh, yes, that is another good one. But currently in my head, that is the
that should be
I like the
bonus
Monty
spell.
Python reference.
yeah, that is a good one.
She got huge.
Okay.
So as you're walking
before-
out of that room there, Zolas, though, you notice a individual who is standing on your side of the poop creek and kind of just looking around. Looks like to be an org of some sort, or a
Okay. Do I see him before he sees me?
for the most part, but also across the river are two what you see visually, a bearded devil that you recognize and one that you don't, that into flames and appears, and are just kind of looking between each other and look over at this guy and what can they even do? Just a second.
Invisibility as soon as I see them, which I don't know where in the timeline that falls, but I'm gonna try and be invisible before they see me. If not, I guess I just disappear.
Okay, what's the
So
okay.
goes.
The level 2, just invisibility. I got you. A creature can you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target wearing visible spell ends. Target attacks or casts a spell. Okay. So the bearded devils seem to dismiss you as you disappear, basically, but come out swinging at this guy, kind of hop across the river, and start
Oh, they're attacking each other.
swinging at this guy. I gotta roll there.
Hmm. Is there initiative happening? Because I see that on my screen.
There wasn't, but there should be now.
Okay.
If you want to roll
Including me?
Yeah, if you want to roll initiative for me.
Okay. Do I remember, I think during a different session, I was like up here before, and then we were drinking at the inn. Do I remember what's up in this passageway directly up here?
You remember that was where the Minotaur was set loose from, and possibly where the bearded devil may have come from in this particular instance, other than the fact that they were standing there, was because they were accused of stealing playing cards. Oh, you should probably roll a hit, whatever that is in.
5.
Okay, so that would get you at least the fact that they were being imprisoned for something that happened at the bar while you were drinking. You're kind of hazy on those details, though.
Oh, 5 was the initiative, but I can roll something else.
Oh, got you. Thought you were saying that that's the should be a. I was looking at other stuff. Just like a wisdom should be. Nature, intelligence. Yeah. Well, there's arc. Yeah. Just a wisdom.
14.
Nice. Especially if this Astro one is up to date, because I just tried to click on that one to look at for you, and you're at like -1 on that.
Yep.
That's awesome. So you do remember distinctly it had to do with them being accused of stealing the cards that were on the table with the gold, as there was a little bit of a tussle from other individuals that had been accused of stealing from that card game, that they were playing cards over the dead individual. Oh man, this is getting complicated. So there was the guy that came in that was part of the crew that you tried to kill, that escaped. You guys let escape, and then they killed him, and then they were betting on his parts, like, and the stuff that he was carrying with these cards, and then somebody stole something off the table and ran off, and when they'd all run after him, a couple of your group had, I'm not remembering exactly who it was. I know Mame was one of them. I knew I was doing that. But also somebody else may have been Opals. I just added everybody.
So that's the last I knew about what was
Whoa.
happening.
Yeah, and that they'd been taken away while you guys were going to sleep
Mm.
to be put into jail. And he was basically drunk off his ass the last time you'd seen him, too. There we go. And this one here, just, But hats off if you guys don't remember. Baharash, you should know why these guys are out. At least.
What do you mean by these guys?
The bearded devils.
They can't see him, I don't think.
No, they're not able to. I thought I'd said their names or something at one point though. Okay.
Okay, so what's the significance of the bearded devils that we can't see?
There are a couple of. He's a good guy. Fun.
The bearded devil's our friend, or is the thug our friend? Do I recognize either of them?
I feel like
The thug you don't really recognize, the bearded devil you remember Mame from the evening before talking them up and kind of becoming sort of friends with them beyond beyond the fact of them of Mame also saying, yeah, he probably took them the cards.
Do you remember talking to the bearded devil now? I think I was there too.
there's more than one.
Well, there was one sitting at the bar, right? When we
Oh
were
wait, the
drinking.
really super fucking drunk one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah, I remember him.
Remember we were deceiving him, but we were being like really weird and shady, but like it worked.
Yeah, but he was drunk, so it was fine.
hmm I guess he's here now and he's beating up thug number 4.
Oh, okay. I'm sure thug number 4 deserves it.
Yeah, he also looks like a lizard folk. Is that true?
No, he looks more of like an orc, like a green-skinned, pointy-eared, big teeth, rough and tumble, like wearing skins and such, and leathers.
Are the bearded devils winning?
Um,
Where is this happening? I like that there's like a whole melee, like a fight going on.
yeah,
What's up,
so
scouts? I
so-
don't see him.
right now, what you seeing visibly is that they jumped across the river. I had to roll a whole bunch. Some of that was on accident, but the bearded devil jumped across the poop creek basically from the one side, and the first one on the right comes in at the thug and wraps his tentacles kind of around the side of his arm and then bashes him upside the face with the glaive that he's holding. And then the thug here, in response, is like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Ow. And takes his maces and swings them at him. Misses with the first one, connects with the second one. Just kind of makes a dull thud on the bearded devil, though, just on the back. And then it's your
Should
turn.
we go try to like help this bearded devil?
Wasn't that the
This
bearded devil
turned
that was in
invisible.
prison?
He was in prison?
I
I
think.
don't see him. Where
I
I
is
don't
he?
think we actually know any of this is going on, do we?
No. Unless
And
it's your turn, Zolas. So
yeah, I was going to try and speak to you guys over the communication thing, but also I'm invisible now, so in theory I could just walk around all of this. And
Oh wait, can you see it?
yeah. I
You could also
turned
help.
around well, I could. Well,
No
I
one
don't
would
even
ever
know who's the good guy or the bad guy here. This is
Let's be
just
honest.
I mean, the bearded devil was pretty cool. I would assume that the thugs kind of fucked up.
Bad guys. I don't think we would help people.
Well, would we help the good guys being the evil?
We would if it's in our own interest. I mean, the
I
bearded
think-
devil's
True.
been to hell. Like, he's from the underworld. Like, I feel like that, having that connection, having someone on our side that can, go to hell is probably not a bad thing to have. Just saying.
True.
If we can't escape above ground, maybe we want to escape down below farther.
Am I mistaken? But wasn't there a bearded devil in prison at one point, or jail?
Hey, just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he was in jail because of orders from Spider Lady.
I don't know her that well. Do you know her that well? I don't know if
No,
her
but
interests are my
One of
interests.
us knows her that well.
I know her pretty well.
I just don't want to piss off the person who's paying us.
I mean, the real goal here is not money. It's to get the fuck out of this labyrinth. Like, we want to be gone. And Nobunaga has already told us that she can't get out of here, right? Like, the Minotaur is released. That was her way out. So, I mean, money is cool and all if you never want to see sunlight ever again. Just saying.
Kind of have a point there.
I think the goal is to become powerful enough to become gods that we can just whisk ourselves out of here.
I feel
That would
like
be good.
Zolas probably wouldn't help anyone for no reason. But also, I guess Cassidy doesn't know what the goal is right now. So I guess on my turn, I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm gonna whisper into the charm and be like, "Hey guys, I just woke up." Is it a wrist thing? The charm? Or
It's
is it a necklace?
It's on your neck.
yeah, it's on your
Yeah.
neck.
Okay.
Retort.
Anyway, there's some bearded devils beating up a thug. I don't know what we're doing.
I'm a fan personally of the bearded devil. I would help him out if I were you, but you follow your own heart and what it tells you. But personally, I would help the bearded devil.
I would
Oh.
just stay out of it.
Where are you guys? I don't even know where you are.
We are talking to Nobunaga.
I don't know who that is. I've never met them.
We are across from the bar where we went into the bar the first time around, where those lizard guys were standing and we tried to come in here anyways.
I don't think Zolas has been with you during any of that.
No, I
I know
thought
where
me
the
and
bar
Zolas
is.
were the ones that tried to come in here anyways.
Nope.
We are north of the bar. If you
'Cause
know where the bar is.
Because Zolas stayed
If you
behind.
go over Poop River,
No. This was back when we first got down into this area.
I'm aware, because Zola stayed behind to help Shia, or gosh darn it, Mariel, to be okay with themselves after being nearly dead, if you recall, because
Oh, right, with the spiders.
Mariel almost died, and then Zolas and Mame stayed behind, but then Mame came ahead after that to catch up with you guys, and had been introduced to the bar. But Zolas has
so
only been to the bar, and nowhere farther north than that. But you guys know that much, at least you could describe it's north of the bar.
Okay.
Zolas,
Yes.
I think you should verify if the guard has a belt, and if he does not, you should definitely pants him if you're invisible, and then run north. if you go across Poop River, there's a little bar. You keep going across, and then there's back room. We'll meet you there.
Okay.
Definitely Phantom.
Almost helpful. Okay. Okay, here's the plan. I'm gonna come to you guys, and then if we want to go see the Bearded Devils, I know where they're at. Yeah?
Okay.
Break. Okay. Sorry I made everything more complicated than it needed to be. Okay, so on my turn, I'm gonna move.
Dash action, twice your movement speed.
Yep.
Wait. Didn't Nobunaga talk about bearded devils being bad guys? I feel
I
like
think I was.
that was one of like those things that she wanted us to like take care of. Quotation marks.
She was talking about the war that's like been going on between the dark elves and the devils, and how they'd been kind of neutral, but they've been found out to be helping both sides, and with the that was because of the group that had been the faction that you guys killed, so that she was asking you to become emissaries to chill the waters. And you guys were like, fuck that noise.
Were we? I don't remember ever.
You didn't say that specifically to her face, but it was more of a consensus that I remember last time, that everybody was like, we just want to go find the Minotaur. Screw this. But that wasn't.
But somehow you found a giant spider instead. I guess that's where I wasn't around last session, so I wasn't there for the logic of the giant spider and the Minotaur. But we can resolve that.
Yeah, so
Nobunaga
basically found
is
out-
the giant spider.
you also
Yeah. So Nobunaga runs shit. She runs the Thieves Guild. And basically, she doesn't know how to get out of here. The labyrinth is the Minotaur's doing. And so when we saw the Minotaur, we should have been like, hey, yo, bro, can you get us out? Because he would have been like, yeah, sure. You just freed me from this cage that these stupid people have been holding me in.
I was gonna say, wasn't he chained? So like they
Yeah.
had. Okay.
Nobunaga was using him to get out. But now that we freed him, she's just as stuck as we are.
So we ruined everything.
Yeah, unknowingly. That's okay, because
Okay.
the Minotaur was like, I recall the Minotaur being like, if you guys ever need anything, you let me know and I'll help you.
Unknowingly ruining everything. That should be our name.
Yeah, forget Shadow Seekers.
Can we act like Cassidy's character, Zolas, is there and we're portraying this information, or does she have to do a sneak roll?
I'm just I would say that
That works.
you're invisible to them, so you're not a threat, so they didn't really care about you when you turned invisible. They weren't coming to attack you. But I was going to let you move your movement and then say that you would dashed away after that, but I wanted to describe what was happening that you could see before you went around the corner, basically.
Yeah, that's my goal, and I assumed that like that whole time I was whispering, and there was the noise of Thug number 4 getting beat to a pulp. So I assumed they were too busy to hear the whispering.
Yeah, you're like whispering, and people are whispering back to you. You've kind of held it up to your ear to help muffle the noise, I'm assuming, too. And, oh, crap, Demi. So you move up this way that you remember,
Kitty tail.
towards the bar. Ah, she just refreshed my page. But you, moved that direction. And as you'd move that direction, you'd seen the two bearded devils finish off the thug, basically, and rip off his head as you come around that corner, and throw his corpse
Alright.
into the poop river with little regard.
Told you.
Little regard to any of his belongings or anything like that, too. And just in both of them laugh like, ha ha! Just triumphantly, and burst into flames and disappear as you are rounding the corner, too.
You want to be friends with the bearded devils, I'm telling you.
I was gonna clap.
They're not fucking
but
around.
They might be gone already. So
So how long does that invisibility last? I was trying to scroll up to it, too.
an hour.
Oh, okay, so you're good. You can walk through this whole bar if you wanted.
Yep.
Presumably. There's some weirdness going on with the guard. They're like, huh, what? But they don't. They just hear a rustling of wind, which is odd in these tunnels. And you notice the lizard guards that your friends were talking about, and you're standing in front of it, and you can see them all inside.
I can see all my friends.
Yep. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have agreed to be friends yet or not, actually.
This is true. I can see all of the people that I know.
Yes.
Traveling companions.
Yeah.
Your party.
Companions.
Acquaintances in the same specific circumstances that I happen to be in.
And you're when you were coming up through there too, you heard the finishing last of some encounters that you had heard, and Nobunaga was just finishing off telling the group about the dogs and the whistles as you kind of approached and walking over to her desk.
Yeah. Yes, that's what
Yeah,
she was
it's taken-
finishing off.
It's taken all of my self-control to not blow on this whistle yet.
Where am I? Sorry. I can't. There's a lot of people in this room and I can't find myself.
You just move your. Do you have like your
Yeah.
arrow keys? Just move back and forth a little bit. That's Warren that just moved. There you are.
Oh,
You're moving
Yeah,
away
mine
from
moved.
everybody now. There you go.
Can we see her?
No, she's invisible.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay. I'm gonna remain invisible, but also enter the room.
Are
If
you gonna
that's
let us know
possible.
you're entering the room? You gonna
No.
make an entrance?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, so yes, what are you guys asking Nobunaga or saying anything? Otherwise, she's just kind of settling in at her desk, going back to paperwork, and saying in general, you guys are all welcome here, back whenever you like.
I'm gonna pants Mariel.
honorable bitch.
I'm gonna say, okay,
What?
cool, thanks, and
Can I
walk
do a
out.
hip roll?
She would be rolling a sleight of hand, I'm assuming, at this point. And you... I don't think there's anything you can do in this particular case.
I got a natural 20.
Nuh-uh. So you were walking out of the room, it looked like, Mariel, right?
Uh-huh.
You look down and see the belt buckle of your pants coming apart, and you're like, what? No! And you go to reach down for it, and before you realize anything, your pants are around your ankle as you were taking your last step.
No. Mario doesn't. Mario goes, oh, Lucky, where are you? Right here?
It is me. I'm gonna say.
Like how you picked up like an Italian. It's a me.
It's a me, Loki.
The Midnight Panther.
Oh my god, Norseman with Italian accents would be the best. The Norseman Mafia.
If you don't know, funny enough, actually, most of the guards that the Pope has had for many centuries now are Norse, actually, or Swiss. They were all Vikings at one point, I'm sure, to learn their task and trade. Maybe not modern day, but before that, they were Vikings to get down to that far.
No, modern day. The Norse countries don't have armies; they just have Vikings still.
Okay, so that's what you were doing, Mariel, just basking in your nudity, and asking where Loki
For
is.
like a hot second. No, I mean, I'm sure she was probably. I mean, Sarah Chakowski was playing a joke because I think it would be funny, but I don't think she would have. I think she wouldn't have really noticed. We'll say. I don't know if she's wearing a belt.
You can
you
roll a
just-
perception check. I was going to say it would be the counter to it, but I don't think you
Yep.
can counter a nat 20 unless you get another nat 20. Which
I'm not gonna waste a good nat 20 on something like Dancing a Friend.
That's
so-
fair. Exactly.
Okay, I'm just gonna move away from that scene after it occurs.
So what is your reaction, I guess, then, Mariel? Your actual reaction? to
Okay,
your
yeah, she's
pants
just
around your
being-
ankles and standing bare-assed.
Yeah, so you guys all see Mariel's thong that has like flame patterns, and he goes, "Oh my goodness!" And she like whoop, and kind of like pulls her pants back up and goes, "Oh, where are you? You You're so funny."
I'm just gonna stay invisible. That's it. I'm gonna stay invisible as long as possible.
She's gonna like kind of go like in the air, like you let me, like is trying to like grab her to like give her a nuggie.
Dexterity saving throws, Olus.
Bad. 3.
Oh, you get grappled.
Yeah, you
Okay.
grappled.
I lose invisibility then, I think, if I get
Yeah.
hit. Yeah.
That's great. That's just like such a perfect scene. Getting pants, me like whipping out, grabbing you, and noogieing you.
I just look like defeated. Hey guys.
What's
Um,
up?
Mame, do we want to test your theory that we yell and the Minotaur come? Because I'm thinking we go and we hide in separate spots. Oh, what if we go back to the Manny table? We go back to Manny table, and then we call for Minotaur.
Yeah, I really want to test this. I feel like we just have to be somewhere away from the people that, you know, captured him before. Because they obviously didn't treat him very well. They, like, kept him in a cage and chains, and he just wants to, like, read. So I feel like as long as we're away from the people he doesn't like, he will come hang out with us.
You just want to summon him by yelling his name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he is the labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
Could thaumaturgy that. Do we know his name?
So
we just calling him the Minotaur?
I think he's just the Minotaur. But, like, because we could go back to, like, the original room, right? I feel like if we flick, we do something with the torque, and it takes us back to where we started. But
Yeah, we have to flick it. Isn't that something we wrote on the table?
yeah, I think so. But I think as long as we go away from here and these people, I think that'll suffice. It doesn't matter to me where we go.
I say let's do that.
I think the starting room would be good because it's not far
Yeah, I
from
didn't even
here,
think
is
about
it? And it's pretty
It
big.
is.
And that
Remember, we had to
coin's
go
still
up
in
the
there.
poop chute to get here.
Yeah, but
If
can
we
use the
leave
coin
here,
this time.
I do not intend on coming back here. If we go back to the starting room, I will not go back up the poop chute.
Well, like Ash just said, we have the coin though still
What does the coin do?
in the poop chute, or instead of the poop chute, we flick it and we come out in that
Storage
Just-
room.
back in that storage room.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. As long as we don't have to, I would rather go into like remember across the lake there was like all the fire and the floor was on fire.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah,
rather
isn't
go
that
down
made to
into the
hell?
fire and into hell than back up the poop chute to here. Even though
Same.
they did have good alcohol and pooch and pooch.
Yeah, same.
This becoming God stuff must be better be real. I know this shit ain't worth it.
I just want to get out of here. That's been my goal from the beginning. Like, let's get back up to the like fresh air and sunshine.
Yeah, why? What do you want to go up there? So many people looking for people.
Mm-hmm.
So, is everybody flicking
So are we
their
going back to the?
flicking their charms?
Is that what we're doing? Is that where we're going?
I guess so.
Yeah. Mario flick.
Okay. Okay. Mame does a little flick.
As do
We do
I.
the conga line back into the room.
perfectly, actually.
That's creepy.
Just
So, guys,
da, da, da,
just-
da, da. I don't know if that's copyrighted. Never mind.
Just so you know,
Stop on the last word.
Oh, there's
I'm
so
one-
many of us.
Wait.
okay, if we're done conging, I don't know what brings the bearded devils around, but I feel like if we keep committing heinous crime, they might come after us because they came after a thug.
Also,
So-
Archimedes is not there.
We're kind of like thugs, right?
No.
In what way are we not like thugs?
We haven't performed any heinous crimes yet.
Except
We
for
murdered-
Baharash.
Everyone.
I haven't committed a crime.
Yeah, but that was a job. That wasn't a crime. There's no law down here.
So you think that we won't come across them again?
I'm not saying we won't. I'm just saying I don't know why they would choose to pick that fight.
I'm sure.
They're
it was
also, like,
premeditated.
Devils, right? Like they can't. It's not like they're police. They're not like coming to stop crime.
I
No,
don't know.
They're
what their
going there to
motive
cause
is.
it.
I don't
I
know
mean,
what their
what if
motive
they-
is my point.
What if they are police? What if Minotaur is government and devils are police?
That was correct.
We can ask the Minotaur, I suppose, but I don't think so. The devils serving as police just seems wrong to me.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
a form of hell.
All right, so should we all start? Just Ayo, Minotaur. What's up, bud? Wanna come hang out?
Sir Minotaur, we require your assistance.
Right? What's the summoning spell?
I cast
Muriel-
thaumaturgy and yell.
Mario kind of like feels along the wall and does one of those like.
Yeah, I feel like the wall, like being close to the walls would help. I'm gonna touch and pet the walls.
I'm gonna ask Manny if he knows how to get a hold of the Minotaur.
Ew.
So as you're asking him, he goes, "What? This Minotaur?" And
Oh,
on the top of the table, just
Yes.
aggressively stanced Minotaur. Just,
Reading a book.
yeah, he was.
I
in the
too
midst of-
aggressively read books.
It was, he was holding a book in his hands, or still is, but he's blown hot mist out of his nostrils as he's standing there, and in a pose,
Mommy's just gonna
just with their arms to his side.
All I can think of when someone said reading a book aggressively was like, you know how like they have that like meme of doing math and all the math is coming up on the stream. It's just that, but it's just random.
I don't know that meme actually.
Not familiar with. Yeah, I don't know that meme either.
share the
Oh, wait.
meme?
I think I know what maybe where they're like staring off into the distance, and there's just like all of the ethereal formulas and graphs
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Gotcha. That are flowing in behind them. It's more of a GIF, if you will, than a meme.
I think the one that I would relate to that, which I'll not one up you, but like go up against, whatever, is the hamster that like is eating something and then stops and just stares, and then they show like all the war scenes behind them. I think that's what I think. Like you're reading aggressively and you're like,
I like that one, Zolas. The doggo. Just looking scared. That seems
Yeah.
appropriate.
Is that how
too.
the Minotaur reads? He's terrified, but he's still reading.
Yeah. And he just goes, "Who summoned me?"
It is us, friend.
What's
The
up,
Shadow
guy?
Seekers.
Hey.
Oh,
remember the time we let you free? Well,
We fought alongside each other, axe to axe.
Honestly, I do kind of remember something along those lines. I was fighting and actually seeking the individual that we were fighting. I was on his tail. I almost had him, actually.
Well, shit.
Is so Minotaur. Do you have a name, Minotaur?
Well, according to this book, it's the Minotaur, but I prefer to go by Brad.
Okay.
Of course. Of course, Brad.
Brad.
Half horse, half brat star. Brad.
Yes.
So Brad, we heard that you are the mates, and we are looking on a way to get out. How can you help us get that, and then how can we help you for helping us?
Well, that magician that was there before, he was the one that had actually been able to imprison me. I was on a bit of a revenge quest myself. Inside of myself, apparently. I guess I'm both the maze and the Minotaur in it. This is so confusing. This book makes no sense.
We can help.
It's in...
We're good at killing people. You want to kill someone? We'll help you.
Well, if you could, that would be amazing. I don't know where I don't know where he's gotten off to, but I was working with the Azer. They had created a weapon themselves. They hadn't shared it with me, and now I've lost track of them. And they'd made a promise to me
Azers are shady.
to find this individual on a tracking and such, because they had a bit of a qualm with him as well. But I'm guessing they were close to an exit, and that's all they really wanted in the first place. That's why they were helping me to help themselves and get back at this guy at the same time. Two birds, one stone, you know. But if it seems like they probably just escaped the Azer themselves and said screw their revenge mission. But I can't leave the labyrinth as I am the labyrinth. That's the thing that I hope this book would help me with, is a way to escape. But as I am not able to escape, I am not willing, in most cases, to lend escape to everyone. Or anyone, for the most part. It is, as Daedalus says in his writings, everyone's own mission to escape on their own.
This guy you're
I don't read much.
This guy you're talking about, is it Ferris the Wizard or Magic Man?
Oh, I was waxing about the author of the book and the creator of this labyrinth and myself, which is Daedalus. And Ferris, though, was the magician here. He was taking advantage of some of the things in this book, and binding myself to a particular area in the labyrinth, in the Thieves Guild specifically, in that caged spot you had found us. It's able to negate pretty much all magic inside of that prison.
Oh, Ferris is the one that imprisoned him. That makes sense.
What more can you tell us about Daedalus?
I didn't know too much about him. Apparently he's kind of my father, but only in a magical sense. And I maybe an actual sense. I don't know. I haven't gotten to all of the ins and outs of the book, but it did say something about him having some sort of love for a bull, but I don't know.
So is he a god?
I think he may have became a demigod after this creation here. He's alluded to such with his ideas of creating such an amazing thing as the labyrinth itself, that it was able to gain him some sway with the gods and potentially become one with them.
Are you friends with the bearded devils?
Ha, nah, they're on the lower portion of the. I've got a portion of myself inside of their portion of hell, and they like to use my tunnels and such to get about. But friends is not quite what I would call it.
Just people that
Well-
are in the same circumstance as you.
Sometimes,
I get it.
yes, yeah, yes.
What can we do to help you out? Here,
How
Brad.
relatable.
Well, there wasn't much to be had in these books. I'd hoped, like I'd said, that it would find me an escape, but it appears that I am one with this labyrinth, and there are some things that I've come to peace with that. So there isn't much that I can think of that comes to mind right now.
But if we were able to find Daedalus and convince him in our best way, could that possibly get you where you want?
Possibly, but you would have to get out of the labyrinth, I'm sure, to do that. Daedalus had created this as a bit of a trap for anyone that is facing certain challenges, and gives them a means to face challenges or put people in the trap to face their own death.
I made a really great cow and chicken reference when he was talking about him not knowing how he came about, and I realized I was on mute.
So Daedalus is Manipulus? Or Daedalus created Manipulus?
No.
The minute's
Daedalus
Brad.
created the labyrinth and Minotaur.
So wait, who's Daedalus?
Yeah, but
did I miss something?
Daedalus was like putting people here to like face their death and stuff and challenges. Wasn't that what Manipulus was doing?
It is a bit of a confusion there,
Daedalus?
miss. Daedalus did not create the labyrinth of his own volition. It was more of a commission.
Oh,
Did we meet Daedalus?
Negative.
no.
The Minotaur's
so how do-
dad.
The Minotaur's dad and the
So-
author of the book he's reading.
Ah,
So, the labyrinth and the Minotaur itself are linked, like not perpetually.
Yeah, they're one and the same, essentially.
So if the Minotaur,
And they were created
to
by
die.
Daedalus as
That's my
Christian.
question. What happens if something happens to him?
the Minotaur? Ooh, that's a good question.
yeah, if we kill him,
Does
Then
the
we kill the labyrinth.
here,
Let's not suggest that in front of him. But
Yeah.
let's ask him.
Well, I was going to frame it more as I don't want to be blooped out of existence because you die.
what if we convince him to kill himself?
Ah,
is that a win-win?
If this
Yeah.
collapses, then we die.
Let's
Well,
just ask him what happened first.
if yeah, because we could possibly convince him that if he kills himself, he'll be free.
Free, yeah.
He would be free, but we would die.
We might
Freedom!
free as well.
So
Like we might pop to maybe
Just-
this
just asking
labyrinth
to
is
make sure-
on a plane of existence
just
or within
asking,
a plane of existence or something that we can like pop to from.
asking to make
the
sure
sun.
you guys are talking this out amongst each other out loud, that he's heard this, right? This isn't like a hats off moment because he's got a response. I'm just making sure. But
Just
that's-
don't want to offend
No, this
him
whole thing
or,
was
like,
a hats off moment, I think.
That's
I
what
don't
I
think
thought.
we're talking about him killing himself in front of him.
Okay.
I don't want to propose killing him while he's standing right there.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
I was kind of asking a question to him, and then everyone.
What was the
jumped
question then, Warren?
If you and like the labyrinth are linked, if something happens to you, does something happen to the labyrinth?
Ah, solid question. Many have tried such an approach. It appears that upon my death, I am reborn inside the labyrinth.
So if you die, we don't all like bloop out of existence permanently.
That is a wonderful question and a reasonable worry, but don't worry. It would not happen in such a manner.
So
What happens to you
So then
if something happens to the labyrinth?
We don't bloop. We do something else and pop out of existence.
Whatever sound people make when they pop out of existence, who knows?
The
Questions from admin.
I mean, just the way he phrased it, it was like, you don't bloop out of existence, but something happens to you.
No, something happens to him, is what he had said. That he gets reborn.
Yeah.
I bet blooping out of existence sounds wet. like a
very
thick,
wet pop.
It's like a
Like a bubble pop.
water balloon.
Yeah.
Somebody had asked him a question too, I thought, about what happened to the labyrinth.
Yeah, no, what would happen to him if something happened to the labyrinth?
So that's Griselda. Griselda, he turns to you and says, well, there's been portions of it that collapse over the years, but generally it seems that it can shift and move upon its own as if it were its own living organ as well. And as most of your organs would, and tissue and such, it regrows and just changes.
Do you
Basically, you're immortal. The labyrinth never dies and changes constantly.
That would be right, miss.
do you know how it changes?
Oh, that is something of a mystery that Daedalus was able to work out with as many noddings of magic here. It's been pretty impressive to me to understand that there is no way to understand it. That's why it's the labyrinth. It's ever-changing and just a mix of all craziness.
Basically, we have to become as strong as, or stronger, and as smart as, or smarter than Daedalus to get out of the trap that he's created for us.
In a manner of speaking, maybe not stronger than himself, because he was not a strong man. He was able to work with strong beings who helped him create such a thing, though.
Ooh, hey Manny, do you know about this Daedalus guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was one of my pupils.
Did you have him create this labyrinth?
Oh, fuck yeah. I wanted you guys to be put against it so you could so that I knew when you were ready to face the others. You know, that I don't want to be putting any of those
The others?
weakling gods,
Is this just a giant battle royale?
weakling gods out there
This is a
to.
test to see if we are capable enough to become your next pupils.
That'd be about right there, miss.
Fantastic. Let's go murder some shit.
So, did you just pick us at random?
There were some characteristics. You don't see a grin anywhere, but you hear it kind of alighting in his voice.
Yeah, I'm just thankful to be alive again. So
When you say characteristics, do you mean similar characteristics?
Or
maybe we have complementary characteristics.
oddly enough, most of you have similar characteristics in that at least you have some tendency towards. I hesitate to say chaos, but chaos.
Not at all. No chaos here.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Shit happens.
Amen.
I don't search for chaos. Chaos finds me.
And that we
Just
have.
roll with it.
So basically, we should just. I don't know.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're. I didn't really have a thought.
Okay.
Like a fully. I didn't have a fully formed thought.
Mine just came out of nowhere. So, what do we gain from you if we win? If we beat your labyrinth?
Are you asking the Minotaur or Manny in this situation?
Manny.
Okay. Well, it is not my labyrinth, but beyond becoming demigods, I would grant you all a boon if you wish.
So,
Like, what kind of could you turn me into a full-fledged dragon? We're talking like
I mean,
something crazy like that?
young dragon. That's a potential there. You're not very old as dragons go.
I could deal with that.
I want Boone from Fallout New Vegas. That's what I want.
Boon
Lol.
of what?
That's a companion you can get in the video game. His name's Baron.
Companion. What type of companion?
I've got the spider. That's the kind of companion I got.
A very basic one.
Sure.
I mean, that seems doable. I mean,
Oh no, I'm joking. That was,
oh, okay.
And someone has
Mm.
someone has the magic to turn shit into water. I'm just thinking that this is a test, and right now we've been fucking around on finding a way out when the way out is by defeating the test. So
maybe
we
there's
have to-
clues of like what we're supposed to do, like that like lead us to like our next task or something.
At this point, too, the Minotaur, what you guys are mulling about, is kind of like realizing that he's standing at a table, takes a step down, and are we quite finished here?
Will you be my friend?
But
there a way
you
to
were
summon
so
you?
far away right now. Warren?
Is there a way to summon you?
Oh, thought it was. You guys all started saying my name pretty much in unison. It seemed that you had figured that much out already.
I thought Manny teleported.
We just
you
have
there.
to stroke you and whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
Giggity.
Vomira, you are very far away to be saying these things to him right now. I don't know if you're.
Oh, I'm not. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't really. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so he says, "Oh, I haven't had anyone take that approach." And Manny says, overall, like, "Hey, it seems like we're they're that sort of bunch."
We're just horny evil people.
No, we're horny, chaotic people.
Who just want to go home.
That's our alignment. Horny, chaotic.
So
Do
the
we-
concept needs to not be to go home. The concept needs to be to
Get
defeat,
laid?
Ace the test.
to
Yeah.
defeat, to conquer the labyrinth.
Can we shoot more for like a B or C?
Conquering begins with C.
So how can we, work together here, Brad? I feel like we have similar goals.
Oh,
You're lost, we're lost. We're all just trying to figure out
I'm
what
not
this all
lost.
means.
I'm pretty much where I'm going to be forever. I mean, this is my home.
Yeah, but you're still like reading the book. You're trying to figure out who you are and who made you, who your dad is. We feel that. We got that.
She
know?
meant lost in a hypothetical sense.
Yeah, not like a real, like, not that you don't know where you are, but like you don't know who you are. I feel that.
Well, I did decide my own name at least.
That's good. That's a good first step.
Yes, it is.
I do have a question. Brad? Like,
I'm glad someone else is asking this question.
where of all names, like, what does Brad have like a significance to you or anything, or?
Actually, it's interesting that you ask. There was this goat that somehow wandered into the tunnels, and I felt its lostness and was attached to it for a while. And all it could say was "bad, bad." So we became lovers for a time, until it was very, very lost to me, and I chose to take its only utterance and name that I knew as my own.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like rub my eyes.
All that
like,
explanation for a dad joke.
Did you make that up just now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Josh,
Okay.
buddy.
Yes.
I don't
For
I
all
don't
of
know
your-
whether to be impressed or to be so disappointed.
I'm impressed. I think it's great.
Oh.
Ask and you shall receive.
I think sometimes
Remember, sometimes you don't want to know the answer.
Yep.
you ain't wrong when you're right, Georgie. Fuck. I feel way worse. I feel less knowing that now than I did moments ago. All right, Brad. Well, I appreciate your story, and I'm just gonna walk away, or go like sit in a corner or something and contemplate why the hell I'm here.
Like I said, becoming a god, he better be telling the truth, because this shit ain't worth it.
So Mario walks out and throws a stone down that giant hole.
Oh, so you guys are outside of the chamber there now.
Oh shit, I know
That's
what you're
Meredith.
talking about. Fuck.
And
By the dragons.
you just hear it going silence, 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 silence.
Silence.
Oh no, get back here.
Oh, excuse me, sir, but as you say silence, Mario throws it and starts running.
I was saying get back here because this is like a singular element, like 5 feet away there, and then this one is like 10 feet away, that side there.
Oh,
This is probably
sorry.
shorter here. You could probably make that one easiest, but it's a little bit longer around. That's why I was saying that. You just have to make an acrobatics check now to get across, basically, because this hole has grown since the last time you've seen it.
Gonna close that door.
Just abandon them.
It's a 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Those
you
people
can...
still in here.
Whatever you want to do to get across this, you'll get across. Or I can describe it, if you want.
And she's gonna run across and just kind of like prepare herself on the doorway. She's gonna grab rope and prepare her warhammer.
Okay. Are you guys... So the Minotaur asked one more time. Brad said, well, if you're all done with me, is that the last of your questions here?
I mean, not exactly. Not exactly.
Well, I'll be off then, and he just swings his
I'll remember that, Brad.
swings
He's
his
like, nope.
swings his book, and it turns into an axe as he swipes it in front of him against this wall, swipes it into the wall, and it turns into a portal, and he steps through as it disappears. The portal winks out behind him.
And he says he can't help us get out. He's full of shit.
I think he
Oh,
more
wait.
along the lines said he wouldn't help.
Wait. What if we take his axe?
Can
Too
we
late,
borrow
he's
that,
gone.
please?
I would
No, I
love
should've
know, but
taken-
I mean, we can find him
figured
again.
axe to axe. We could have, you know.
We should have
wa-
taken his book.
It was the book
But
that
it's-
he's turned into an axe. He keeps turning it back into a book most of the time. Yes.
So has he murdered people with a book?
Book axe, yes.
Yep. Knowledge is power.
This is true.
I guess the book is mightier than the pen when you turn it into an axe.
Yeah.
What?
This is also.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Yes.
What if I turn the pen into a sword? Same logic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's happening with the stone in the hole?
There was nothing. There was absolute. It sounded like silence for a very long time, and there was a very light touch.
I
was
don't
it.
know, but it's probably going to be on the internet afterwards.
So this hole's a lot bigger.
Like I said, going to be on the internet afterwards.
And and the wormlings and their nest is gone with the
Wormlings.
yeah.
Oh, whoa. Hey.
Oh, this room is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you get over there, Mariel?
A jumpy cross.
You're brave.
Well, we're gonna have to jump across to get out of this
Wait.
room unless we flick
Are we
that
gonna find a
coin.
Balrog?
Should we talk
no.
about? Should we talk about why this room is different, and does it have something to
Yes.
do with the Minotaur?
Can I? Oh, I don't have detect magic, do I? I'm a barbarian in this one. Damn. Does anybody want to detect magic?
I can.
You should do that.
All right.
Did the Minotaur sustain any injuries in that battle that we fought with them?
I have to ritual cast it, so it's gonna take me 10 minutes.
Okay. Is anybody gonna try and jump across this hole in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump from right here to right here
All right.
because it looks slightly safer.
Roll in athletics.
Yeah, this one right here. This scares
Or,
me. Athletic or
Acrobatics.
acrobatic?
Acrobatics. I always do that. Every time.
Acrobatics, okay.
Yep. Oh no.
Well, fuck.
You go to jump across it, and your foot gets caught on like the smallest of pebbles, and you face plant on the other side though, because it's the gap isn't much larger than your body. It's only like a 3 or 4 foot gap
Also, I just catch it with my face
on the other side,
instead of landing gracefully. Okay,
and you
at least
take
I'm not dead.
two damage from your face bouncing off the ground.
Okay.
Valmyra, you were jumping in this direction, correct?
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
He
We're,
also
No,
rolled a 1.
I was jumping this way.
okay, you were jumping the same way Ash did, off the smaller
Yeah.
one. Okay, so seeing Ash do the same thing, you're like, well, heck no, and you kind of like double step, and you step into the crack, but your other foot lands on the other side, so you're kind of like doing a split off the side of this cliff for a second before you pull yourself over.
Help me!
How wide is the gap they're jumping over?
Like
You said
3 or 4 feet. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it, I guess I'll jump across.
All right.
Can you just step across? How tall are you?
Not that, I'm average.
Oh, okay.
What do I roll? Acrobatics?
It's even for like, yeah, I guess if you're like Mame's size, you could kind of step across it at 6 or 7 feet. I don't know. What's a stride of a?
I'm 6'2". I could take one of those like big steps things that like people do to get across puddles.
Yes, this nice deep puddle.
Yeah, for some reason, a stride is like 30 inches.
That's like a walking
So you've got to
stride.
at least hop
Yeah.
across.
Okay, I'll roll acrobatics then.
Skip majestically.
14.
That's a success. I don't know if you want to describe it, but
I just kind of like just like a little bit of a walking start and just like one leg over and then the next.
like,
That makes sense.
yeah. And you're like, that wasn't so hard. Why are they guys struggling? Luck of the draw.
You know what we should do?
I'm also gonna like.
We
spin
should
the block.
throw Manny's table in this hole.
What
What
did you?
Manny's table was like carved in that room, like it's part of the floor.
We can be. There's how many of us? We could. It's a rock. We
I
push.
think it's gonna be heavy, but I am all for that idea.
Can probably
So-
pick it up.
To describe what you're visibly seeing, Griselda, is behind you is a brilliant glowing light of a few different colors from the door that's behind you. That's an icen wall that has Manipulus's mouth carved into it in a broad smile, as to what you can tell. Looks like that way, anyways. And beyond that, the chamber seems mostly inert. Like there isn't anything that is
Oh,
glowing
you
to your
locked us
visual.
out.
Yeah, this hole's not magic.
Mm,
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Well, wait. So
Good.
I don't have anything to do with that, but you said Manipulus's mouth. Sorry, I made it weird. But you said
Nipple.
it's his mouth.
Yes, manipulates us mouth.
Nipple, we get it.
Many nipples.
His mouth is in this frozen door that's behind you. That was the ice door that had appeared.
his mouth?
Yes, correct. He'd used his
What?
mouth to spit out the torques, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have walked through this door a couple different times. And when you walk through it, his
Yeah.
mouth opens up and you walk through.
Okay, so even if we threw him in here, I think we would just piss him off because his mouth is right there. So.
Well, he smiled. He means he likes it. Let's throw him. Give him adventure.
This reminds me of someone licking a table.
We could lick it again and then throw it in.
For
We could
luck.
flick it.
I also want to just go down this hole. See what's at bottom.
I think this hole has something to do with the Minotaur.
Or devils or something malicious. It just seems enticing.
Do we just want to jump down it? See what happens?
Well, does someone have a rope? Let's repel
I do.
someone down there.
Yeah, I'll throw a rope.
Does
down the
anybody have a
enticing hole.
light that they can just throw down?
I have a 50 feet hempen rope. I have a torch.
I think we should all have stuff like that, right?
I could throw
I have a small
firebolt
bell
down
that
there.
sounds like glass. I have 30 small bells that sound like glass. Do we want to throw one of those down?
I have 10.
Listen to it shatter.
I also have a water skin filled with grain, ethanol, alcohol. We can throw that on the torch and light it and throw the torch down.
What? The torch all?
I throw a firebolt down into the hole. Not to damage
Okay.
anything, just to see what happens.
All right.
I
Where are
throw
you
it back
aiming?
away from the hole. Just even further. Just gonna get back
Taco
behind
Bell
this.
the night before.
Where are you aiming there, Zolas?
Down here to the left.
Okay. So your firebolt goes screaming through the darkness, lighting it as the way, and it doesn't seem to strike anything as it slowly recedes into the distance, and the light that it produces is enveloped by darkness, and you hear nothing, and nothing, and nothing, and then psh, as it splashes apparently off the bottom many seconds after you'd cast it.
Something tells me we're going to need more than 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, so the range on that is 120 feet. So it's less than 120, but it's still far, right?
Yeah.
So I have slow fall. Might just try this.
Talking about Featherfall?
No, it's called slow fall. It's
You
a
might
high-
need a light though.
Probably.
If anyone can light up this door, let's do it.
I want to turn to Bob and ask him if he knows why this room is continuing to change.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about Bob.
Bob.
Let us know.
Ash,
Bob.
his light had receded in his eyes while he's kind of been happily bouncing around there. They come alight again, and he goes, "Oh, He looks. His head doesn't turn or anything, but the little lights in his eye sockets kind of move around as if he's perceiving the room, and he goes, "Oh, mistress, you're in the labyrinth again here. So it's going to change. That's just going to happen. But this particular occurrence seems to be something to do with my guess is at least there's been some occurrences with creatures. There's that hole seems to be burrowed down into the earth."
that
Do
could
you
be
have
dangerous.
any knowledge of what burrowing creatures might be in this labyrinth?
What burrowing queefers?
Creepers?
There would be many burrowing creatures. Let me think here. There is this. And he starts listing off some names of stuff, and he goes, "Well, in this particular instance, could you tell me maybe and it seems you have some reference what was in this room before?"
Wormlings.
Yes, there are some buletta that enjoy feasting upon their eggs.
Oh.
Buletta. Sorry, I'm not there. Never mind.
Can I do like a animal check on if I knew what a buletta is?
Mm-hmm. It would be something to do with wisdom.
Animal handling? Whoa.
No, not really. That has more to do with
Nature?
interacting. Yeah, maybe more of like a nature, actually.
What I was thinking.
But that doesn't have to do normally with your well, actually it does. Never mind, that makes sense. Makes complete
Yeah.
sense.
If you're checking nature, is like checking your
Surroundings and such.
yeah. Yeah.
7. Both of
did
you kind of vaguely remember Buletta, but mainly by their common name of land sharks that burrow beneath the ground in a fast motion most of the time. Unless there is a challenge, they will burrow slowly until their prey is at ease or not paying attention and burst forth to devour them as their preferred hunting methods.
What I would love to do is piss off whatever is in hole.
Sure, we've already have started.
Yes,
Warren
exactly.
from
We keep
Wallace
going.
Belt
And
and,
then
like,
we climb on top of creature and we click our little things and go into the Thieves Guild and let it rip. It would be so funny. Let's do this.
I rolled a stealth check.
I seen that. So I think it would depend upon what's happening in the rest of this scenario here.
I'm just rolling a stealth check and just like backing up against the wall.
For
Trying
yourself,
Not to make eye-
yes, I understand. I'm referring to everyone else
Oh,
because it sounds like they're going to try to agitate the hole whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
Yep, I'm totally for all agitating the hole. I'm gonna cheer you on from right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump across though first.
Me and Ash
like
will
this
bring up
little
emotional support.
spot.
Oh, so
yeah,
I'm gonna cast minor illusion and make wormling eggs appear like on the wall or something. Like this is only has a 30-foot range, so like as far down as I can into the crevice, like where I can still see.
Okay. And Griselda, you'd said you were going to try and get across. Roll me an acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get across too.
As well as Bahash.
Beforehand, I'm going to cast guidance on myself. So, see if yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then roll.
Okay.
So.
And Griselda, what had happened for you is as you'd step across the hole, you'd basically done. You got into the other side. Your foot lands on the edge, and it slips just before you catch yourself, barely. But it isn't, the part that you're in isn't fully as deep as the rest of it. So you're able to kind of catch some purchase on the two sides and push yourself back up.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, nice. What do you want to describe?
I'm just gonna just take a couple feet back and get a running start and just haul ass and jump over.
And you don't even touch the middle part, and you just sail straight across, landing on the other side.
He does a double somersault.
Hell yeah.
You didn't take the easier way either, as to what I thought, because you were lining it up on this side. It looked like to run across that part there. So you.
Oh, either way, as long as I'm across.
Yep.
That'll be the only nat 20 I
So.
get today.
Presuming these two things happened though at the same time, which was Zolas, you were casting that minor illusion, and Mame, you threw some meat down into the.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Or that was Mario. My apologies.
10 pounds of old snake meat that we collected like ages ago.
And
I want to kind of like pop it, like take a chunk, throw it.
Okay.
Take a chunk, throw it.
I thought you were gonna just throw like.
Nope. I'm
Okay.
trying to be as annoying as possible. And more annoying thing is having old snake meat. And then you're like,
I'm gonna help her in this cause and give her the 1 pound of old snake meat that I also have.
And
then try to make my way back to my little hiding spot.
Man, when Manny said you guys were all about chaos, I think he misunderstood our levels of chaos.
Can he see what we're doing from the door?
that's why he's smiling.
So ultimately, what was happening there as you were tossing probably about your third or fourth chunk, you hear it finally off of the ground at the bottom, just echoing through it, and continually, because you were moving at the regular speeds of the pieces there, the eggs form on the side of the cliff, and you just hear a and then sort of a echoing through that,
So,
and
well,
then a and everyone roll initiative.
We did it.
Good times.
Agitate the hole.
You should see your doctor.
Yeah.
oh, it's just Taco Bell.
That's one way to agitate a hole.
Taco Bell.
Kid.
Agitate your hole.
Oh,
Slogan. A marketing campaign.
Dong.
Taco Bell would do it.
They would.
yeah.
They're the
I
only
love
company with
Taco
balls
Bell.
enough to do that.
That isn't that funny.
Nice.
Really like getting nat 20s on combat though.
It doesn't give you the actual balls big bonus that it would.
Well,
I didn't do that on purpose. I keep doing that. It says there's a button that says add party, and I think it means like add from party, not add the whole party.
Hey, I'm kind of in the front this time.
I want Taco Bell now.
Right.
Crunch
yeah, it
wrap.
does unfortunately sound good.
Sounds amazing.
Want to get us Taco Bell? You want to get us Taco Bell?
Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Do you want to get me Taco Bell, Mike?
Can you get Cassidy Taco Bell and drop it off? 4 hours. He said he'll be there in 4 hours.
I'll still be awake then. Joke's on you.
Ash.
Yeah, but you'd have cold, soggy Taco Bell at that point.
You
Still
can
working,
pick it up at a Taco Bell that's closer.
I would eat cold, soggy Taco Bell. I don't have very high standards.
Yep.
The idea of eating something that's considered soggy.
He's
that's-
actually considering it. Cassidy, if that makes you feel any better, he looked at me with sad, doughy eyes and goes, I'm too tired.
Don't actually do it. I just wanted to see if you
good.
would.
He was going to do it for himself. You know Mike is tired when he's too tired for Taco Bell.
So if everyone else is okay with these rules, I started combat. But if you, I was trying to go back through. It only looked like Baharash, Zolis got a 12. I gotta fix that one. Ash got a 12, wherever that went. Why aren't thou not here? Yeah, where is Ash?
Oh, they're ugly.
Yes, they are.
It's up above
Land shark?
is roll.
That's Griselda.
Massive.
I see Ash's in the chat. I just meant why I added the whole entire party, but for some reason Ash did not join into the mix here. Ugh. Add from map.
Really? It shows her at the bottom.
Yeah,
at
I
the-
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see my name. in this
Oh,
list.
because I was looking for an A. Duh.
Oh, beautiful.
Because on my screen, I don't know what it shows everybody else's, but it shows your full name here, Ash.
Oh.
That's why I was...
Yeah,
It's-
that might make it a little confusing.
Yeah, I was going through and looking for Ash, and I see Molvolvilia Ashlili, and I was like, ah! I didn't realize. Okay, here we go. So, Zola's 12. Is everybody else's rolls there correct, though? Help me
Yep.
out here. Okay.
Correct in the no.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get rid of Flint.
Yep.
Yeah, he's asleep. Sorry.
Yeah, when he teleported into the room, he's kind of still in there, like, so, table. Let's get more acquainted.
Yeah, I can see that being Flint.
But
He's in there looking at.
Vomira, I believe you're at the top of the roll.
Uh,
And then Marion.
yeah. Oh, let's see.
I'm just happy Taco Bell brought back the potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
Yeah,
Potatoes?
you can get potatoes in instead of meat. Or you
Yeah,
can,
there's
or you can add
spicy-
potatoes.
spicy potato soft tacos are great.
Oh man, yeah.
Ooh.
They're
They got
only
rid
a
of the-
dollar.
They got rid of the beefy potato burrito.
Beefy Fritos burrito.
Fritos
Those are good
burritos
too.
are where it's at.
Yeah, but I like the potato and the beef. That was a good combo.
I like the quesarito.
Quesaritos. Oof.
They have a $7 delivery fee right now. Why?
That's stupid.
That's more than it costs to order food
Dang.
at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like $5 to order food at Taco Bell.
Hey, Taco Bell's designed to put gas in you, not in its cars.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to do 2 weapon fighting. And I'm gonna dash here or run there.
I whispered to Ash, can you see what they're fighting?
I'm gonna lean out just a little bit and be like, it looks like giant legged slugs.
As a general understanding of these things, they kind of look like they've got a fin on the top of them, as hence their name of land sharks. But they also are heavily armored, like almost a rhinoceros carapace through their entire body. I can
I'm
send
gonna
this too. Go
try
ahead.
to strike with a short sword and a dagger and do kind of like an uppercut to kind of like possibly attack the soft underbelly.
Should we stay here or help?
Their bottom is basically dragging the ground currently. There is not like an exposed
was-
underbelly. If you're trying to get under
Oh,
it, there is
okay.
something else that I would suggest.
That's okay. Does he have like plates? Is it like plated? Or is it just tough hide?
It is very tough hide, almost like plates basically, on the exterior.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna attack it. So 20 to hit,
That hits.
7 piercing. Is that plus 11 for sneak attack?
No, I don't think you were sneaking at that point, right? I think it was Warren who was sneaking. You were still in the chamber here, as to what and it came up.
I was just kind of hiding behind, like trying to like hide against the wall. Like I like shrunk back against the wall.
I'll allow it for this. Show you what that did in a second. Oops.
And then that wouldn't. So then my next attack wouldn't be a sneak because I'm already up
Yeah.
front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I come in with my second attack with a dagger. Oh, 12 to hit. 5
That does not hit.
Oh man. And I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yes.
So, do you want to describe it, or do you want me to?
You can.
So you come running up stealthily, just and go to strike at the side of it, and the first hit kind of hits in between two of the plates, and you hear that was really bad. I don't know what that noise was. That was not acceptable. Anyways, and you draw a bit of blood that comes from it. That's this brownish goop that's just coming out of it. And the second blow, you'd come down and strike with your dagger, but when it would jarred back from the first strike, you would miscalculate it and strike one of the plated portions of its body instead. then I think it's Mariel's turn.
Alright, so how are these things really situated?
So yeah, so the first one is that Vomira attacked there has come up on land, basically where the meat was being thrown over, and hasn't pushed you back, but came up rearing over the side and down right in front of you, and it's all of its legs are pretty much on the, except for maybe its third leg, which is just over the side a little bit. And the second one came up to about where the eggs were situated on the cliff, realizing that they were not full, started charging up the side of it, but to be seen.
They're not real. Okay. Yeah. So what Mariel is going to do is she is going to, I'm going to assume that she still has her hand in her bag where the nasty meat was, and so she's gonna get a really big handful and try to throw. That doesn't make sense, Sarah. That doesn't make sense because they wouldn't have eyes, right? Like these things. Is there?
Probably smelly. Old
Yeah.
meat is probably smelly.
Throws off their senses.
Smells-
Do I see any
Sensory organs.
sensual organs?
Not sensual organs. Sense.
Not sensual organs.
Not the same thing.
No, not that.
Gosh. So there are small pinpricks of what you presume are eyes with a little bit of a brow in the front of their face, but there's only this really large black pupil that you can see. You can't see any color or anything like that as it came around the side, almost like a chicken or any of those other animals that have no iris, And in this particular case too, there are
irises.
Small.
Some show have irises.
Small.
They look like little velociraptors.
Yeah,
they have slit eyes.
Slits at the front of its snout as well, though, that you presume are some sort of smelling olfactory pieces at its beak there, but both of which are very small, especially for its size, if you will, because they don't look like those are its main sensory organs.
Okay.
Sounds like a walrus with it.
Definitely gonna throw a handful into this thing's face.
Wham!
I'm gonna guess that is a.
Oh, it's a dexterity to see if you hit anything thrown like that.
Woo! That's a 3.
So, startled as you are, do you want to describe that? It was not a success, I will say that. To do what you were trying to do, at least.
And is that like my full action? Was throwing this? Besides moving?
We'll say that that's your bonus action, I would say, considering it was kind of like a reflex as it jumped up the side there, basically.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that, right? And I am going to this thing is still kind of going off. I don't want to slide off into this cliff. I'm assessing the situation, and I'm going to back up here, and I'm gonna ready I'm gonna say sword. I kind of wish I had 2. I guess I'm gonna do a sword. That's what I got. So I got a short sword. So I ready that.
Oh, so you moved back as well. I got you.
Yeah. Do you count readying an action as an action?
If the sword was not sheathed, which I don't think yours is normally,
No, it wasn't.
it's like in your pack,
Yeah.
which then it would be because you kind of have to search for it. That's
Okay.
why
So yeah, I'm like putting away my battle hammer and I'm re-pulling out my sword.
backing up though out of that range, I would say it kind of just snaps at you as the meat was slapping the side of its like towards it. Anyways, it kind of snaps towards you and the meat as you try to run away like hurriedly because of the other action there, which is the disengaging action there. You know.
That fits.
Holy balls.
Oh, wait.
Yeah?
I have shit. This is like what I'm good at, is running away.
Yeah, you do have that. If you wanted to use that action instead of readying the weapon, I would say. Which was...
Yeah, so I can step of the wind. I
Yep.
can spend 1 Kai point to disengage, key point to disengage or dash.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. So you... As it snaps at you, it just snaps at air. But the meat and such that you were reaching into your pouch, you were as you were trying to throw it at it, it was more of a reflex individual action, I would say, where you were like, just like ah, and trying to throw the meat, and it just kind of slaps against its hide, nowhere near where you're aiming, even though it was right there in front of you. And but it bites at the air as you just oh shit out of the way.
Okay. Those are my actions.
Then it would be Sasha's turn. Griselda. What would you have me do, mistress?
So, let's see, flying 40. So Sasha's gonna fly over to it and use its sting attack with a 16 to hit.
That just misses.
Okay. And then it was what, 30 feet? So 35. And she's gonna jump back to here for the rest of her movement. And that'll end her turn.
Okay. So yeah, you just flap in and think against its hide, and Sasha goes, "It's a hard one to crack." Then it'd be Warren's turn.
This is how I imagine I'm sending a gift. This is how I imagine Saw. So like
Yep. Exactly.
Can I see it past Baharash?
Yes, but only like I would say the top of it, which is mainly armored, you know, at that topper portion. I'm trying to go back to its description too here, of height or some such. I guess it would be. Oh, I like this little guy.
Mario kind of goes, remember, we are trying to cause ruckus. Jump on it, and do your flippy thing to get to the coin.
Bam, bam, bam.
What?
Bam, bam, bam.
Jump on it. So I walk around Ash and I look at it and go, they look like they have this covered, and I just walk back around the corner.
Then it would be Ash's turn.
I'm gonna ask.
Nothing.
I'm gonna ask Bob the Skull if he knows what these things are and what they are weak to.
He goes, ooh. Yep, those would be the buletta I was talking about earlier. Weak? Not so much in their strong suits, if you catch my drift.
Haha.
I mean, would they be weak to like fire, ice, poison, acid, any of those
No,
things?
negative. Mm-mm. They're pretty much rocks on legs. Good luck.
Anybody have some grenades?
I'm sure their knees would be weak after a night with the Baharash, was it you who fucked the spider?
Yes.
As Ash is asking Bob, I say, I would suggest us staying here. We're fine.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try something. I'm gonna step out. Wait, what is the range on this again? I'm gonna step out to, I guess right here would probably be better. And I'm going to use Witch Bolt.
Which bolt? Is that what you said?
Witch Bolt, yeah.
Okay.
Not what? Which?
Yeah.
Witch Bolt.
Which bolt?
How do I share this on here?
So you should be able to click it, but you've been having trouble with sharing stuff.
Yeah.
Have you gone over to features and traits and gone back and tried that route?
Okay.
And is D&D or Beyond 20 the plugin active on your Chrome?
Beyond 20, it doesn't say that it is.
It would appear actually if you're looking at your character sheet in D&D Beyond, you see where your name is and such. It says like your sex, your race, and your class, and then like your level under that. Then next to it, it should say pretty much right next to it, have a little symbol of a D20 with a B, and it says Beyond 20.
Yeah, that's up there.
Okay, so that means at least active. And if you click, and if you've gone to features and traits and gone back to another tab, try just clicking on it to see if it appears in Astral.
Clicked on it, nothing happened.
Okay.
If it's a spell, if you hover next to like where it says like cast, you should be able to, like, a little D20 should pop up next to it. And if you click on that D20, it should send it.
It just rolled for me. Which is a 16.
Or if you click on it and it shows up like on the sidebar, on the top right of that little sidebar, it should say cast on VTT or display in VTT.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it does to have display.
Yeah. So if you click that, it should show it, send it to Astral.
Do you have them both open in the same like window, like two tabs?
Yeah, in the same web browser.
What web browser are you using?
Chrome.
Is it on the same tab?
That's what we were just asking. And she
Sorry.
said, "Oh, you're all right. We're looking at all the options here."
Yeah, I'm trying.
BRB.
Can you share your screen actually, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's up.
All right. Astral's right there. Let me make this bigger. put it on this screen over here. Do have all of that. Have that. Is your the other thing that we've figured out at least is I think you might have this already though, not 100%. Is if in your character sheet on Astral, if you have the link associated with it, or is your character here? So if you go to Astral, your character sheet, and then go to display. Yeah, it's on there. Where it's shows your URL from.
Maybe uninstall it and reinstall it, or close out of everything and then reopen.
Someone already suggests sometimes you have to click features and traits and then go back.
Oh yeah, that too.
Clicked on it and then gone back.
Now try to roll it.
And
Just
yeah, if I
before
hit
you
cast on BTT.
Yeah, before you try closing it all out again and opening it up, because I think this has been a reoccurring problem for you as well. It's not like.
Yeah, it's not like it happened just today.
Right, exactly. But we've been working around it.
Open up your character.
I have the link for it here. Manipulate right here.
When you open up your character sheet, have you ever got like a thing like go to features and traits because blah 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 has updated?
Yeah, I've done that, and then I've just gone to features and traits, and then like just gone back to whatever I was looking at.
That should do it, but it looks like you're having actual issues.
If you click on the Beyond 20 thing up at the top of your screen, like next to that, does it have like whisper rolls turned on or anything?
Never whisper. Types of rolls, normal rolls.
I forget even what you're trying to cast.
Witch bolt. Just
Okay.
trying to cast the witch bolt. It has a range of 30 feet. A beam of crackling blue energy launches out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target, making a ranged spell attack against this creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range, or if it has total cover from you.
So it hits.
Sweet. Now I'm gonna just roll a d12 on here.
That works.
So if you go back to your character sheet and click on Beyond 20 and then Options, or like Settings, and there's a More button. There is a Send Custom Text to VTT, and that's highlighted in blue for me.
Yes.
Is it also highlighted in blue for you?
Yes, it is.
What about below it? Replace dice formulas in the VTT.
Yep. That's checked.
The other thing I can suggest is going to your Google Chrome settings and then going to your extensions and clicking on Beyond 20 and making sure that Astral is clicked for allowing access to it.
Oh, okay.
Also, in the below, a couple below that last one I said, there's also a select the VTT tab or game to send rolls to.
It says all VTT tabs.
Okay.
Like I don't have any excluded.
And a few more below that, it says synchronize the combat tracker with VTT. I don't know if that matters, but
I have that checked.
okay. Then I don't know.
Okay.
I would recommend doing what Gav said.
Okay. All right. Well, I rolled an 11 for
Yeah.
damage.
You can see what that did here, off the chunk of his health there, if you want to describe it.
Mm-hmm. So I step in between Sasha and Baharash, and I just throw one hand out, and a bolt of lightning shoots from it into the nearest land shark.
And
Lightning streaks over its body, and it's taking significant damage.
what color is that lightning?
Blue.
Okay. And as it strikes it, it hits the blue lightning kind of spreads across one of its panels, its pieces of armor, and goes to its crevices yet again, and it kind of jolts it for a second. But yeah, then it would be Zol's turn.
No yellow.
So I hate to rain on everybody's parade, but I need to go. You guys can continue to fight, but I mean, Mame is
Far enough
pretty
away.
far
Yeah.
away anyway.
Yep.
So, good luck.
Thanks.
Mame's gonna chill out here. They're not into sharks. All right. Bye.
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 Ike, I think you're muted.
Is that better?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's.
I
Okay.
can only imagine the interesting conversation he was having with himself.
I really wasn't talking and then say goodbye.
Can I cross this chasm? Is that an action, or can I cross it and then do something?
Crossing it would be an action if you're going this direction.
What if I'm going this direction?
Yes. But that would be a smaller action. It's like a hop as opposed to a leap. So it's easier to achieve, but it's still something you need to be able to achieve. You gotta, like, yeah, calculate and not fall in the crevice and get stuck.
Okay, well, I need to get away from this land shark, so I need to attempt it regardless.
Okay.
No one likes being stuck in a crevice.
I
Giggity.
didn't realize I was the only one standing over here for some reason.
I think Baharash and Flint would disagree with that. They've spent the last few sessions doing just that.
Yeet.
So it would be in acrobatics if you weren't catching on from the other one, Zolas.
Yeah, well, I rolled a natural one also.
What is
Plus
wrong with
one.
this crevice?
Everyone who crossed it rolled a 1.
Yeah, nobody's doing very well.
I got across it just fine.
So
yeah, I
you,
got a nat 20.
If you
Maybe.
You went the other way, Baharash.
yeah, you at least Baharash went the other way, but
How is your character? Maybe it's a height thing.
so
5'4".
Zolas, you
Maybe it is a height thing.
get
well, Mariel went across no problem, but she's also a monk, so it's kind of her thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm 5'6", which isn't, I mean, that much taller, but
you get right to the edge and you're like, yeah, I got this. Oh wait, no. And you stop and you do like a split over the top of this crevice.
Any
Or you're
guy
kind
will
of
tell you it wrenches a lot.
where you're standing with one leg on one side and one leg on the other side precariously. Like that.
And then what?
Nothing yet.
Well, I want to take the rest of my movement to get away from the land sharks. Am I going to take some damage here?
Mm. Probably not. I mean
You split your pants.
I was assuming, yeah, I was assuming that you would be kind of like stuck in that pose for a second, is at the end of your turn, basically, because your movement was used up to and getting from there to here and then catching yourself, basically, is what I assumed.
Okay, is that my whole turn?
Yep.
That's the lamest turn in the history of turns.
Unless you can cast or do something from that position.
Can I?
I don't know. What do you have that you want to do from that position?
I have lots of spells.
Okay.
Can I attack the land sharks?
Yeah.
And now from Hogwarts gymnastic team.
Okay, I'm going to precariously lean on this edge and try and firebolt the nearest land shark. This guy.
All right.
Do you want like me to roll at disadvantage or something because I'm doing a split, or just?
I'm looking at it in trying to get my head around the casting of that. Actually, it doesn't. It says on a hit, but it doesn't say what your hit is when you sent it. Are you trying to roll to hit, or?
Yeah, I have to roll to hit.
Okay. So that's what I would do first to see if that does. Like I would go through all your rolls first.
Okay, just regular though?
Yep. Well, whatever the regular is for the firebolt action, I believe.
Yeah. It's 16 to hit.
So that's wait. You said 16 to hit, or is that your 16 is what your roll is?
I think she rolled.
I rolled 10 plus 6.
Oh, okay. So your
which
roll
is my modifier.
Your roll is a 16. I got you. Not 16 to hit. That's where I was confused for a second. I was like, huh? Because that does miss, but just barely.
Probably because I'm in a split and failing right now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what I would say, it's verbal and semantic. What are you doing to cast the firebolt? I know you've done it before, but what is your actual?
Well, the source of my magic is like a crystal thing on a necklace. So like I usually grab that and then say some kind of incantation. And I guess since it's a firebolt, like I would also have to be like throwing it. So I'm doing all those things, but I'm also hovering over a crevice, so that's probably where it all goes wrong. I imagine I'm like wobbling, and that's probably the whole thing.
What I would actually describe is when you're I was looking for like what you're saying verbally and how you kind of showed me with your arms. You kind of wove them about and produced a palm to make fire come out of it. And in doing such, the force of the firebolt leaving you in a magical sense pushed you out of that spot, and you kind of rolled up to your feet. And the firebolt seemed to strike true, actually, just from the distance and everything, but it hit right on top of the plates and just splashed across it, seeming to do no damage, basically.
The plates of the land shark.
Mm-hmm.
Noted. Okay.
Then it would be Griselda's turn.
One.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to here. And then I am going to cast Ray of Sickness on this one that's closest to me that's taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nat 20. With a 13. So I'll just show. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to cast it a second time. I just wanted to send it.
I see a...
Hold on. It's still kind of trying to... through.
I see
For some reason, it didn't...
Constitution of 14 there, too.
Yeah. I'm trying to send it through.
As the full text.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. So it makes a Constitution. So it succeeded.
No, it made a 19.
Yeah, I mean it succeeded on the.
I follow you now.
Yeah.
The land shark succeeded.
So it still takes damage. It's just because it succeeded, it's not poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
So it still takes the 13, but then it was a critical, so it would take 26 damage.
Okay.
And it's necrotic, if that matters. No, it's poison damage. It's poison damage. That's what it is.
That's what that did. If you
Sweet.
want to describe it?
Yeah, I'm gonna like step forward and I am just going to kind of like focus on my staff, and I'm going to like kind of hold out my hand, and I'm going to kind of like blow on my hand, kind of like you do to like blow a kiss. But as I blow on my hand, just this like misty, like greenish energy just kind of like wisps out into the air and like almost gently like kind of like swirls over to the land shark and then just kind of like envelops the land shark, and it just like sizzles as it lands on it.
But only through the crevices of its armor it appears. So it kind of flows over top of its armor and then gets into the crevices, and you hear it and smoke rising from those little pieces there as it wails into the cavern, echoing.
And that'll end my turn.
Baharash.
Alrighty. I'm gonna move up to this first land shark. Let's see here. I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds, so I'm gonna place a hand on the land shark. So we'll see if this hits or not. 16 to hit.
Does not. Looks like that's touch. Yep, you're up there.
All right. Well, I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Just misses, just FYI, but
all right, that'll end my turn.
all right. So you walk up to this beast and place your hand upon it, and the it's verbal and semantic. What are you saying there?
Behold Tiamat's rage as I try and place my hand on it, because it does necrotic damage.
And your hand lights with that purple energy as you've seen before, and it kind of sears against it, but it doesn't really care. It doesn't seem to matter to it. It's your handprint is on the side of its carapace with barely any abandon there, and it looks like it would be Mame's turn after yours if you were done with yours, Baharash, like you said.
Yep.
And then it would be this one's turn that climbs the rest of the way up the cliff, gets up to here, roars, and I don't know what a bullet would sound like, honestly, guys. No, that's not a good noise for it. No clue. You're muted, Sarah.
Okay, I would imagine a like T-Rex-esque, like the pterodactyl-esque.
More of like a shriek.
You cut out for
The
some
way-
reason.
The way you described it, it kind of sounded like a walrus with fins, or yeah, like a shark fin.
Mm.
Just slaps.
Who is it attacking?
I was reading through the action in fully because there's a separate action that's similar. But it kind of runs up to the top of here and leaps kind of... It does say 15 at least. Jumps at least. Okay. And then leaps kind of like right here towards you guys. Everybody... That in a space that contains one or more other creatures, so each of the creatures pushed back. So yeah, it just says within inside of its reach, which is, I mean, it's pretty much everyone here, because it's kind of like flailing, like all arms out, jumping and landing straight down with its tail and such, and wiggling around here, except for Zolas and Mame, who are on the other side, and Warren, who is far enough away. But it's run up to the top of that little outcropping, sprung up in the air, and just...
Definitely happy about my choice not to get into it.
But everyone inside
I
of that
hope
rolls
that-
a dex... must succeed at a strength or a dexterity saving throw. Or be knocked prone. I would say those under it in this particular case, which looks to be Griselda and Sasha, would be a strength. And those outside of it, Mariel, Ash, Bacharash, and Vamira would be dexterity.
Alrighty.
Because you're within its 5 foot like striking range, but it's not. You're not.
Dave.
You're not under it. A dexterity.
Nat 20.
Oh, no, you said strength for Sasha.
Yep.
I got 12 and Sasha got a 13.
So you guys are both knocked prone under it right now, just like.
A little help here, guys.
And holy butts. So,
Holy butts! You're only supposed to have one hole in your butt.
there might be multiple holes in butts in this case. Unaccessible, so
Oh dear.
saving the creature takes only half the damage, isn't knocked prone, and it's pushed back 5 feet. So I would say, as you can see, the DC was 16 there. If you were under that DC, as it says, you were taking a full 31 damage.
Son of a bitch.
Holy my shit!
I'm so happy I saved.
I'm so happy I stayed out of it. Jesus Christ!
I would have died.
I'm dead.
Wait, so how much damage?
30. So it's 17 bludgeoning. I don't know if that matters to anyone. Plus 14 slashing. Which is half of that total, which was 31, if you succeeded.
I would say if you got crushed, you would take the bludgeoning, and if you were like in its reach, you got slashed at.
It says plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to
On a
reread it
successful
like so
saving,
many
creature
times.
takes only half the damage.
I was trying to reread it so many times because it says or and be knocked prone there, and I was like, oh, it means bludgeoning or slashing. No, it says plus slashing.
I made a good decision.
I got stuck on a crevasse. So
Wait, you said 13 plus 14, right?
17 plus 14,
17 plus
Yeah.
14.
which will give you
For
the
31.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Oh fuck.
Sasha and
Sasha's
Bizzle.
out.
Yeah.
What's the automatic death? Isn't it like double your?
You
Hit
have to go
points
down, and then
Yeah.
you
and
have to have,
damage.
yeah, like.
Oh
your-
god, there's an insta death?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go down to 0 hit points and then like say this thing were to like jump again
and there's
and
more
it
than the
dealt
total of hit
31
points.
Yeah, if it deals 31 damage to me again, I would be permadead.
That is not cool in this scenario, but that is fucking cool.
Yes.
I was telling you that whenever we were watching Critical Role, remember? Because you were asking like how whatever episode we were watching, you asked how they died without making a saving throw.
I do not remember. Ooh, I do not remember.
Yeah, if something deals damage and you drop to 0 and there's more damage, if the total number of damage left is greater than your total hit points, you just die.
Okay. Oh, Bahar, I ain't gotta worry about that. He's he's kind of
He's chunky.
not really. Yeah, he's 58 hit points.
He's a beefy boy.
Christ.
He's beefy.
So
Damn.
you took still though the 15, I would say, of that, because it says on a successful save the creature takes. Wait, on a successful save, on a successful save the creature only takes half the damage. Isn't knocked prone, so but you are pushed back 5 feet.
All right, and I take 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Does that also mean Ash and them?
cool.
Ash and Mario, yeah. If you
Since it did
didn't-
damage to me,
Wait.
It says on a successful save, the creature takes only half the damage, isn't knocked prone, and is pushed back 5 feet.
Is there more
Out of
than
the
one of
bullet
these
space.
things?
There's 2.
Say something, but I'm dead.
all right, I'm gonna do something here. I'm
Almost
not.
did so. I fucked myself so hard because I almost did something my last turn and changed my mind, and now I'm so mad.
So, whose turn is it?
I'm doing a reaction.
Oh, okay.
I need. All right, so he knocked me back 5 feet, so I'm
Mhm.
still within 5 feet of him.
Mm-hmm.
Reaction. I don't know if this counteracts that though. Medium max instead of rolling. Okay, I'm going to use Wrath of the Storms, but I'm going to channel Divinity for Destruction of Wrath. And Destruction of Wrath, you can use Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling for lightning or thunder damage. Wrath of Storms, the lightning or thunder damage. So I can choose. So it would take. Do you want me to put this in the on Astral this way? I'm making sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's going to be helpful.
Oh, it won't let me. Can I copy and paste? Did that first one show up?
Yeah, the second one did too.
Oh, sweet. Cool. All right.
Okay, so it has to make a dex.
But then with the Channel Divinity, I can just make it do the damage without rolling.
Oh, okay. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use to maximize damage instead of rolling. Is what it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So 16 damage to it.
So you kind of just roll out of the way as it comes down to strike, and the jostling of the earth that it happened as it down on the ground is what struck you guys, as well as its random flailing upon landing, just slightly, and some of the earth that kind of was settling and blasting apart from it. And you just roll with your shield up, taking the shrapnel, and how are you casting Wrath of Storm, is what I wonder. You thunderously rebuke attackers. So what are you doing to thunderously rebuke this attacker?
Can I just curse at it in Tiamat's name and then lightning just fucking... No.
It's thunder.
No. What if...
If you were going thunder, lightning is... Thunder is like sound waves. Lightning...
Yeah.
Is lightning. It's electricity.
I'm just gonna fucking yell at it really fucking loud in a booming voice.
Okay.
Essentially.
What is the damage that you're rolling, though? I didn't see that. I see there's 2d8, it says, but...
Yeah, 2d8.
I didn't see you
so
actually...
with... Yeah, because it just... Can I just make... Like, I don't know how to just roll... For it to be two...
Oh, it does. It says, though, starting at 2nd level, when you use Channel Divinity, you roll it, you can use your Channel Divinity to deal max damage instead of rolling.
Yeah,
so it would be just
it's gonna do
16.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
now.
it's just gonna be 16 flat out without rolling.
I see how that's interpreted now.
Okay.
So I was interpreting it also as like if there was a fail save, then it would just be the full damage of whatever you rolled. You know what I mean? But now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I got you.
For okay, that's how much that did. But what kind of curses are you laying on this, other than Tiamat?
I
want to hear that.
I'll let you do it.
I wanted to hear that role playing from Baharash of cursing.
I don't have anything. I am not good on the spot. I'll tell you that right now.
Just
so.
Tiamat will have your soul in her vice, and your cock quenched in her fires.
Eat.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm scared.
And then it would be Mariel's turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I was skipping over this guy over here because I was jumping ahead of myself because I thought it was Baharash's turn, and I was trying to pass the turn. But the guy that's taken the most damage here, the land shark, just after licking its wound slightly, bites towards you, Baharash. 16 to hit.
Nope.
Nice. So you hold up your shield as it kind of comes in closer to you, and you just bat it away like bad land shark.
Is that the second land shark that I cannot see?
I would assume, yes. I had to go back over to your vision. But then it would be Mariel's turn.
Is Vamatra doing a death saving or a death throw?
Oh yeah, sorry. It skips over on the turn sequence of things.
Sorry, I was muted.
No, you're good.
So
Mariel has your back.
Death saving. Yeah. Like literally you moved to Mariel and I was like, what about me? Alright, where's death saving throws on D&D Beyond?
If you just click on like where it says failure success, it'll pop up and you can roll like if you
Where's failure success?
like
I guess
where
I should change my hit points.
yeah.
Hold on.
Where is it for reference?
Once you put your hit points down to 0, it'll pop up where your hit points are.
Okay. Gotcha.
Alright, failure success, and then I think I found it. Maybe.
Yeah, you just click on like the little Beyond 20 D20 there. I'm gonna delete mine because I needed to make sure that that was actually it.
I guess I failed that.
3? Oh, yeah. To describe what had happened from your perspective of things, too, the Buletta jumped from its minor pedestal there and landed, and you're like, oh shit! And then the tail, you just duck the tail as it comes back around and whacks you in the back of the head, and you're unconscious right now on the ground. And you're kind of rolling around, like, trying to gain consciousness back, but then it would be Meridil's turn.
Alrighty. I am going to. I'm gonna see a potential to jump onto this thing, and I'm going to do it.
Where's the dog?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Wait, before I do this, just hats off verifying. If you click on flick it. If you flick the necklace, then it will take us to the coin, and then if you flick it again, it'll take us to Manny's table.
It just takes you to the table. Yep.
So what's with the coin?
The coin's on the table.
The coin you spin, and then it teleports you.
Into the storage room.
That's what I thought. I thought it was in the storage. Okay, so it's the coin. My plan has been foiled.
First outside, inside last.
Yeah, there's a coin. There's a coin on Manipulus' table, and then if you spin it, it transports you to another coin that is in the storage room that can't be moved.
Yeah.
And that's on Manny's table.
Yeah, and it's like a, what did you say, Josh? Like a 10 or 15-foot radius of like stuff that it transports.
Or anybody that's touching the coin as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, I don't have any healing spells, so sorry. Well, okay. I'm gonna still jump on this thing.
Is my dog snoring coming through the headset?
I don't hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I'm guessing that's an acrobatics.
Yeah.
That is a 21 for acrobatics to jump onto the back of this thing.
That is successful.
Okay. And I jump onto the back of this thing, and I want to flick my necklace or whatever you do to get back to the table.
Oh, poor Flint. Okay.
Well, I should have thought of that before sitting on the table.
So, yeah, I'm trying to grab you guys both. Eh. Did I get you? No, I just got married. Eh? Ah, Christ. There's so many people in this small spot. I'm moving you.
So do I have to flick it on the table, or can I flick it on the back of this thing?
Actually, you know what? These guys here too. The corpses that are, as to what you can tell, under you, appear with you.
Oh god.
You just
Oh.
into the table with Griselda and Sasha. You're on top of it. You don't see them, but they are vaguely aware in their unconscious state under this beast that they are on a table now. With you on top of the Boletta in this room. That was your action.
Okay.
Oh shit.
It was nice knowing you guys.
I fucked up my turn.
Oh snap!
Alrighty, that. There's nothing else I can do.
You have bonus actions, and I think your key points count as that, such things, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not looking at your character
Yeah, they
sheet.
do.
Okay.
So, so I will spend a key point to do. I feel like I'm pretty safe on the back of this thing. I'm gonna do. I guess I want this thing to run. No, I'm gonna stay as is.
You're gonna attack, or
No, nope.
alrighty then. Sasha, roll a death save, I guess, if that's a thing
Okay.
that Sasha can do from your
And
character sheet of things.
So, I have a
Well,
hard, I have a hard stop at 10, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna hop off now at the end of my turn, so I'm not in the middle of something.
And we can
So-
always pause it, if we get to that point, but we can move through the turn order at least, if we need.
Okay.
I guess that's my turn now.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
Sasha,
she got a 16.
I would say Sasha kind of rolls back over like, what? But Sasha's kind of like can't really flutters, like trying to flutter, like, but their wings can't move under the beast. Obviously, is kind of stuck there for a second, a little bit, but can kind of, if you wanted to roll or move or anything like that outside of the beast, obviously, you would probably be attacked.
She would roll to like get out from underneath it.
Okay.
I don't know what you want her to roll.
Just dexterity.
Strength,
Probably
dexterity.
It's one half dozen the other at that point, I guess. But dexterity makes more sense in this case, in my opinion, because
Okay,
you're
cool.
the 6, so you just squeeze out from around its foot, basically, with Sasha just like flapping sporadically, and then it'd be Warren's turn.
I yell to everyone, "Flick your necklace!" as I flick mine.
Oh. Oh.
And you appear on top of the bullet, right in front, facing Mariel, actually. That you both are riding now, the bullet, for all intents and purposes.
I spin around, draw my long swords, and stab both and like aim for the eyes and like stab them.
Okay.
Let's see. I wasn't ready. Oops. Hold on. Navigating.
Hey, it happens. Both hit.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I would say, that's kind of weird. The way it comes through, I mean, because it's got a crit as a 1, which is weird to me. Anyways, I thought you were wielding a dagger, as well instead of 2 long swords.
No, I have 2 long swords.
Oh, before it came through as a dagger, I think then. Or no, that was Vomira. My bad. My bad. I was thinking of Vomira because Vomira had a long sword and a dagger. Anywho, yeah, so they both hit. I would say that they're both dealing twice that damage and hitting it in the eye this time too. So we've got a 5, a 6, a 10, and a 12. That's 22. 22. 48. Okay.
Wow, that was a very successful turn. Is there someone still under the thingamabobber?
Me.
How do you stabilize someone?
You have to have a healing spell or potions.
I thought you could like stabilize them like without bringing them like back,
CPR.
which is like a medical check. It's like unconscious but like alive.
Well, I'm unconscious but alive right now, I think.
You could make a medicine check, basically, is what that would do, in my personal opinion, unless you had some other, like, medical kit or other.
What does MSG do?
Other medical experience.
Does that count as medical? I got a whole brick of it.
Oh God.
You're gonna wake up whether you want to or not.
Is she like under it, or just like
Oh
next
yeah.
to it? I can't
No,
really tell.
she's like at its
I'll
chest
move
region.
myself so that I'm under it.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't. I was trying to grab everybody.
I know there's a lot.
I think I'm just gonna stay up here.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what I could do.
Hold on with your
Fine.
swords.
Yep, just
So to describe what had happened in your turn too, with the reason why I doubled the damage was it didn't look like you actually had criticals. To what I could tell, you had a 19 and a 17 rolls, but since you were striking for its eyes, which were like a more critical point, obviously, that's why I added the criticals there. And your blades are sunk up to basically the hilt inside of this creature right now, and you're holding on. You've got better leverage, I would say, so you'd have advantage on any checks that it would try to throw you off or something like that. But it would be Ash's turn.
Does flicking your torque count as a bonus action or an action?
Bonus action.
As an action?
Bonus.
Okay. I'm gonna run over here to Vamira. I'm gonna use my main action to do the D12 of lightning damage. Wait. Let me double check. Yeah, I can do another D12 of lightning damage. Let me roll that to this land shark that's here in this room. Oh, a whole whopping 2.
What is it? I was trying to go back to it. Is it like residual electricity that's running through it?
Yeah, that's kind of the way I took it, because it said
Of your turns for
lightning
the
damage on
duration.
each of your turns. Yeah. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use an action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically.
Blue energy lances out toward a creature within range. Because it says even it's a blue energy lance, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine too that when it had arced crossed, it was just like a beam, not just, since it says it's lancing, which means like straight forward to it. And then when it struck it, it hit the carapace, like I was saying, and went in between, and then it's crackling underneath of its carapace right now. And basically, whenever you think about it, it seems like for the duration, it says up to 1 minute, which I would say is at least 2 turns, like you're thinking there, and you're just forcing it deeper into the carapace underneath of it. That's and a whole 2.
Yep, a whole 2. All right, you're welcome for that. And then with my bonus action, I want to grab a hold of Valmyra and flick my Torg.
Okay. So you grab a hold of Amira, and in top of Mariel and Warren, who are on top of the Buletta, who are on top of
Or Griselda.
Griselda, but the Buletta doesn't seem phased by
I'm fine, guys.
doesn't seem phased by the added weight. But then it would be Zolas's turn.
Flint is just like, what is happening?
Yeah, Flint is in shock currently. He is not in the turn order still because he's just like, I was trying to get with this table, you know.
Flick my torque sounds like a dance move.
I'm gonna flick the Torg.
So what are you doing, Zolas?
Well, I had spare the dying, but everyone is gone, so
You had heard
I'm
the evident ting of the charm being flicked though, so you kind of know, at least.
yeah, but
I yelled everyone flick their torque before I did.
yeah, but this land shark is half dead.
And Baharash is the only other one in the chamber right now. So.
Well, I was gonna. Talking's a free action, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna tell before people were. Zolas, if you want to go help the others, you can. I can tank this thing because, I guess out of character. I guess for this bit, I have a way to get my AC up to 20, and heal myself in 1 action. Well, in 1 turn. So, I can tank this thing if you want to go help the other ones. Help the other guys, and I also have my rebukes. So even if this thing does hit me, it's taking damage. So, I'm fairly certain I can tank this guy.
I moved you back only clearly to Zolas so that you can make this decision because you hadn't said you'd moved forward, even though you clearly had calculated out how far your movement would get you and moved forward visibly. But you hadn't called it out, so I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I see what you're saying. Let's kill this land shark together then. We'll use the buddy system just in case something happens.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm assuming
Okay.
you do move up to that spot and okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay at range from it and not get too close to Baharash just in case it does another one of those flopping attacks at both of us. So I again will cast Firebolt at it. So again, grasping my crystal, speaking in Infernal, and thrusting my hand out, and it misses again. 10.
Oh no. What are you rolling for that? Because it doesn't say on here what you should roll. Or
It's I think it's a melee spell attack, so I roll a d20 plus 6. My modifier is 6. I'm just rolling really badly.
What modifier are you using though? You said 6. I was just trying to figure out which modifier you were using, because it should be your dexterity or something like that. Because I'm assuming too, though that's a pretty good modifier. That's why I was asking. I don't know what your
My spell attack uses my charisma, but I have proficiency, so it's +2. So it's 4 + 2. So
Oh, okay. So that is a really bad roll then, especially. But...
Yep. It was a 4.
Oh man. Okay, so the firebolt just hits right below the bullets, just inside of the crevasse there. Just.
Don't worry, I'm just hanging out here.
Warming up.
You got
Gotcha,
this.
gotcha.
Griselda,
Okay.
would need to roll a saving throw if you're done with your turn, Solus.
Yeah.
That is an 18.
You kind of shake your head side to side, and you're like, huh? You look up, and you go, oh, I've had worse waking ups than this. And you look around, and you're like, huh? And
So I'm back to 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. So upon coming back and kind of look, do I know that Vomira's here?
She's on top of this land shark while you're on the bottom.
I'm trying to remember the layering of this cake, but I don't remember. I don't think you would...
I know it's Griselda, land shark, and then
I don't think...
I'm just gonna call out then. I'm just gonna shout like, hey, is Vomira here? Is her body here?
Vomira would not respond, but anyone else could, because Vomira...
I'm holding on to her limp body right now. I call out.
Okay. Oh shit, it says can see within range, so I can't see her at all?
No, but upon asking your question, I mean, you could roll a dexterity to see if you can get out of that.
Yeah, I am. I rolled a 13.
You're able to, like, poke your head just outside of the under of its head, basically, of the land shark's head. And you can kind of see what's going on the top of you. You see a little portion of Vomira on the very top of this pile.
Okay. I just need to see her, because then I'm going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action towards her. I don't know why it rolled for damage, because... Okay, yeah. So it does 8 damage. I don't know why it didn't add the +3, but I'm going to use...
8 healing, right? You said damage.
Sorry. But I also have my Circle of Morality, which is you restore maximum possible HP on each dice with healing spells to a creature with 0 HP. So she would gain... That's why I was like, I don't know why it rolled, but it's 8. So she would gain 11 health back.
Get that, Vomira? I don't know if we...
Did she hear us?
She's
Vomira got off.
No, Vomira's still here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
You get
I stepped away real quick and
okay. I healed you. You get 11 health points back.
Yay.
What was your healing word towards Vomira, by the way?
You're not allowed to die until we figure this shit out. It's my healing word.
Gotcha. Then it would be Baharash's turn.
I like wake up and I just like mutter, yes, ma'am.
You can't die till we get the fuck out of here.
I'm like so out of it. I'm just like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Question: can I back up without that technically being disengaging? I'm not turning around.
So you were turning around, or are you trying to back up? That's where you lost
I'm
me.
trying to just step backwards while facing the land shark.
While still within the 5 feet, or are you trying to step back a whole 5 feet?
I'm trying to step back a whole 5 feet, if that's not counted as disengaging.
A whole 5 feet would be counted as disengaging.
Okay.
So that's like 3 steps, just saying. Because I just looked it up. A 6-foot individual has a 30-inch step, and especially backing up, you got like half that.
All right, this guy is a big dude, so
Oh yeah.
A 6-foot individual has a 30-inch step.
I googled it. You can Google it if you want to.
Is that like a running stride?
No, that's a walking stride.
That's not.
Like a
How is
stride.
that measured?
Like a stride too, not like a lunge, which is different.
Probably from like maybe toe to toe or heel to heel.
Okay, maybe toe to toe or heel to heel. That makes sense. Cause I just took a step and I'm 6'3", and I was like, that's got to be like 20 inches, 24 inches max.
What's your flooring? Weird question, I know, but what's your flooring?
Wood.
All right, and each slat is probably an inch or two.
A little
It's
bit
probably
bigger
2
than
inch.
that.
It's probably 2 inch.
You're talking
like
about the flooring in your bedroom? Those are
Yeah.
like 3-inch boards, aren't they?
No, they're not that big.
They're probably 2 inch then.
Maybe.
Anyways, Baharash.
all right. Specifically, what is this guy's creature? What material is it made out of? Is it inorganic?
No, it's organic. He's organic.
So, like, his shell, is it like...
It's organic. It's like the... Oh... It's grown out of him. That's his natural armor. That's for sure.
So, it's not stone, crystal, or metal?
Mm-mm.
Any
Titan?
kids?
At least it's not inorganic stone, crystal, or metal.
Okay.
Not yet, anyways. If it's broken off of him, then it would be. It's kind of like your hair or your fingernails, if you think about it.
Oh.
Like that.
Okay. Because, yeah, this specifically... What I'm about to do... specifically... A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal will have a disadvantage on its saving throw for what I'm about to do.
Let me...
Okay, so I looked up what a stride was.
Yeah.
It's a short acceleration during which you over-exaggerate your run from a prescribed period of time. At least that's the first definition that pops up. Weird.
Definitely weird.
It's like I have a metal roller that's 16 inches, and like my stride cannot be any more than like 20 inches.
Yeah, I did estimate it at 30 is what Google said, so I guess that's...
And I'm 3 inches taller than what they're estimating.
Yeah.
Maybe you got short legs.
I don't though. I have a 34-inch inseam.
But yeah, it says according to the University of
Right.
Iowa, average person's walking step length is 2.5 feet or 30 inches. So the average stride length would be approximately 5 feet or 60 inches. That's for an average person. Well, because your walking step is different than a stride. A stride is longer than your walking step.
I can't see that being 30 inches. I don't. Weird. Okay, let's get back into whatever we were doing. Are we done?
Hmm.
The only thing I was Googling now is hair inorganic? Because that's a question that I do not know. It's like, are fingernails inorganic?
No, I
They
believe
would
they're
be
organic
organic.
because they contain DNA.
Yeah, they're keratin.
That's I understand all of that, but I just
I think they're
Keratin
organic
is
because
an
they're produced
organic
by a living creature.
that's what I understand organic to mean. Like what does that's what I should probably
What defines organic?
definition.
Organic.
Back to the full circle,
you?
guys. Back to the beginning. of
Inorganic. So,
What do words mean?
yeah, an inorganic,
yeah,
like something made out of inorganic material would be like,
produced or involved production without the use of chemical. No, that's food, like organic food. The first definition is relating to or derived from living matter, which technically this thing is alive.
So I think what it means by that is like, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of a good like creature example, because like in Ark there's gotchas, which are like big giant sloths that have crystals protruding off of them, and you can break, like they like essentially sneeze out like these crystals that you can break open and get items from. Those crystals would be inorganic.
I think the final clarity of such a thing would be once it is separated from the living being, it is no longer organic.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted clarification, that's all.
I completely understand, because I had the same premonition from it. I'm like, wait a second. He is sort of rock, but he's not of rock, but he's growing rock. I don't understand. Like, where do I draw the line?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Once
so
it's separated from the individual, it's
where I'm pinging is where I'm going to focus the spell
Okay.
so that I'm outside of its effective range.
Okay.
So what I'm going to cast is Shatter. So a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage. Non-magical objects that isn't being worn or carried also take damage if it is in the spell's area. So that's why I specified
I got you.
on that. So it got a 11 con. What is
Your spell DC, right? Creature Constitution saving throw. Just
Yeah,
says-
my save DC. So it'd have to beat a 14.
Oh, okay. It did not make it. So roll those
Okay.
3d8s.
All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Actually, can I just cast? No, I'll just cast it this way. $14 damage. And then, as a bonus action, where is it? I'm going to cast Shield of Faith onto myself.
And it would add 2 to your AC.
Yeah, so my AC will be 20 now. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration, and the duration is up to 10 minutes.
So, you're beseeching Tiamat, I assume, again, and the semantic part of it, I presume, is that you're pulling some scrap of paper or something out and scribbling crazily on it to make it a holy text. Unless you have something that you've written on previously, because it says there's also a material requirement in this case.
Yeah, just a scrap piece of paper.
Yep.
So.
And you're placing it back in your pocket as it kind of spreads with the purplish glow across from the paper out across to yourself. And 34. I was going to describe something else here. As you're scribbling frantically, you're visibly seeing that piercing sound penetrate the edge of the cliff, and you see its back two legs lose purchase and it start to slide down the cliff face actually into the darkness again. It's grabs purchase barely on the side of the face again, but
Oh yeah.
goes down to there, and then it's not Malmay's turn. The land shark that's inside of the god
Clusterfuck of people.
yeah, the clusterfuck of people, and
Maybe we should wait on this one because I feel like a lot of people that aren't here might be impacted by it.
I think only Mariel isn't. Well, Flint too, I guess.
And Flint.
Yeah. We can stop here.
It's up to you. They're gonna come back and their characters are gonna be KO'd.
Maybe.
They'll be fine.
They'll live.
Maybe.
Say,
What he did do like 31 damage last time.
Yeah, we have enough people that know like healing spells, though. I feel like.
say
fine.
stop or
Okay, I'm on top of it. Let's see what happens.
I mean, it's up to everybody else. I don't care
I
either
would
way.
say it is 10:30, so we could stop here.
I'm not even in the room, so I was just pointing out a fact.
I'm just
Isn't that happening in the other room?
I'm okay to stop here.
hmm. Well, there are 2 turns, which would be the end of the turn phrase, and then it would be Vomara again.
I say let's just see what happens, and then like we start at the top again. Because that would be the easiest to remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
that way we're not in the middle of
Yeah.
like a round.
All right.
If Mama's not here, then we're already at the top again.
No, we're at the bottom.
No, because I just went.
Right.
Mama's not here.
Yeah,
Who's there
I
for?
skipped Mame actually in this particular instance. If we went back to the actual turn phrase of things, Mame would be up after Baharash, is what Baharash is trying to say.
Right, but then these guys
Would go.
go, and then Vomira is at the top of the round.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we should wait and let those guys go when everybody's here.
Sure.
I was saying we should we make them go so we're at the top of the turn for next time.
I'm not here. We'll just do this.
Mame's turn.
Yeah. So,
It should hold true. Like the turn order for next time too. So like it'll show everything exactly as it is now when we load back into Astral 2 weeks from now. You guys just have to remember that you're fighting 2 land sharks.
Yeah. Boom. WWE, but either way.
Totally works in this situation. There's how many of us on top of this thing right now?
Undi.
Yep. So that works. I think that's a perfectly fine. And I'm okay with because I've drank a decent amount of this interesting grain liquor that I've found that's like, oh yeah, I have a camera.
Mystery liquid, and
Oh,
you're
that
just drinking
bottle's cool.
Isn't it?
it? It is nice.
I found it when I was in Robinson, towards Pittsburgh.
Looks like White Dog.
What's that?
So it looks like White Dog. Unaged bourbon, basically.
Oh, no. It's only 45%, but it's called...
Is that what all you drank today? It was full when you started?
It was like
Was
up
that-
here.
Oh my.
But it's,
Seems like you need a nap, sir.
You effectively had half the bottle.
more like a quarter, maybe a half. I don't know. Anyway, Sichuan Baju, apparently, is the name of it. And it's like,
Okay.
they've been brewing it since 1324.
Holy shit.
Like like 400 years, approximately.
It's not a real date.
I know it says 1324, and I was like, wait, somebody said 400 years, and I'm like, no, their math is wrong. That's like it's like 600 and something. I don't know who's counting, but
Maybe just a typo.
Maybe.
That's a big typo.
Right. But I was intrigued just alone by all of that, and the fact that it was next to all the scotches and whiskeys, and I was like, wait a second, what is going on here? It says it's a grain liquor. So it is weird, I'll say that, because it's like...
It's probably one of those Asian liquors that ain't like big in like the U.S. market, so they were like, it's grain alcohol, let's just put it next to the other grain alcohol.
That's
1324, in 3 years, they would have been brewing it for 700 years.
Right?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
someone got their math way fucking wrong.
I know, right? Anywho, it does say grain liquor on it, though, which threw me. It was like spirits distilled from grain, which I'm guessing means, I don't even know. I haven't looked up the recipe, but it has to be some sort of rice, right? Not being racist or anything, but that's got to be just from over there, like...
I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah.
Would it be, right, does rice considered a grain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it good, at least?
It's 4 frontal notes of, like, fruit, but not,
If you don't mind me asking, how much did it cost?
It was only like $30-some, 32 or something like that.
I'm gonna say it's not aged, so it's probably cheaper than whiskey.
It's not bad for the price. I mean,
Okay.
I was intrigued just by the rest of the things going on with it, but I wouldn't have spent that much. Normally, I only spend like $10 on it or something like that. But
I want to
that's
see
bottom
proof
shelf,
that
though.
they've been brewing since that time. I want to see like the ancient bottles that they used to come in.
that would be interesting. I haven't gone and done enough research on it. Honestly, I just found it on a shelf and was like, "This seems interesting. I must try."
Maybe the
Do
recipes.
that too.
Maybe the recipe's that old, and this company has just been brewing it that long.
So yeah, I just
Yeah.
googled it. So Baijiu means white spirits in Mandarin, and it is a diverse drinks category that includes all traditional Chinese grain spirits.
It is
Um,
basically White Dog.
It is mostly distilled from sorghum, but it can also
Oh.
be made from other crops.
Sourgum is another way to sorghum. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know that word. I don't know what it is though.
It is.
It just looks like
Couscous.
rice or whatever.
Yeah. It's part of the grass family,
I was gonna say,
actually.
it looks just like
I have some of this growing. You can find it growing wildly, actually, around here in random spots and such.
Yeah.
Is there a different name for it?
No, I mean there's 25 species of
Yeah.
flowering plants that are considered sorghum.
Yeah, there's a lot of species of this darn thing, but it grows
And it says some of
It's a cereal
profusely.
grain plant.
Yeah. It grows profusely, but it's got a heavy, like, fruity heavy note. I don't know what the recipe is. I haven't dug that. Like I said, I didn't do that much research into it, which surprised me first off, but then it has like a peppery finish, which is weird. Very weird.
Sounds like gin.
I don't know. I
Gin
don't
is supposed to be very floral and
floral, but not fruity. I don't know. Bree, you should weigh in more on that when it comes to gin, but
I'm just talking from what I've heard. I don't
Yeah.
have any experience with any of this.
I mean, it just kind of depends on the gin.
we could only slightly hear you, Bree, but I know Bree is a gin drinker.
Yeah, I haven't tried enough different, like, taste tested enough different gins to speak to
Bullshit.
that.
How many have you had now?
Different type of gin.
Yeah.
I mean, I always get London Dry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were well versed in it by now. Because you're gin and tonics.
No, I just drink gin and tonics all the time.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to finish off this beer tour first.
Yeet.
Then I gin tastings.
Then it's gin tastings. Is that what you said?
Yeah, once I finish this brewery tour, I can start tasting gins.
I want to go to a whiskey bar.
There are very
Alright.
limited of those.
So, Josh, on their website, it says a balanced and complex spirit. Ming River is the original Baijiu. Each batch starts with locally harvested red sorghum grain and the purest waters from protected wells.
Yeah.
It is fermented in earthen pits with naturally harvested yeast cultures native to an area that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that impart the distinctive style of Baijiu. After 2 months, the mash is unearthed and distilled in small batches using a traditional Chinese pot still. The spirits age for up to 2 years before the master blender balances them into Ming River's distinctive flavor. The result is an uncompromisingly bold spirit with notes of pineapple and anise with a lingering finish. Perfect neat alongside spicy cuisine or in a cocktail.
Yeah. This thing is got a lot of flavor. I'll say that.
How do they age it?
They put it in earthen pots, so like a ceramic giant, one of those big giant ceramic pots.
I wonder how that affects flavor. I
could
know
not-
a lot of whiskey gets a lot of its flavor from the woods. And I
Right.
wonder if ceramic. Interesting questions.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
It probably works just the same
But
way.
like, but what is porous? I'm guessing ceramic isn't as porous as wood, because like wood actually like sucks up a good bit of the whiskey.
Well, it says
Mm-hmm.
actually, I may have been misquoting because I'd seen a picture or something somewhere, but to reiterate what you'd said, Gab, is it says earthen pits, fermented in earthen pits, not ceramic, which is like,
Right. Yeah, because then once it ferments for 2 months in those earthen pits, and then once it's fermented for 2 months, it's dug up, and then it's distilled in small batches using a traditional Chinese pot still.
Well, it's amazing.
So I don't know what.
So they age it and then they distill it.
fermented,
Oh, yeah.
and then distilled. That's what
But
they
no,
mean
they
by
But then they said it could be aged up to 2 years.
the aging.
Right.
The aging is in the pots. I assume. Yeah, it's definitely unique. I will say that. I've not had anything that tastes like this ever.
Probably unique to us Westerners. It's probably really common over there.
I don't know. They're not very heavy on drinking, as far as I know. And most of the pictures that I see on their website even are of Westerners, not Asians.
So they're
Almost-
marketing it for just us.
All
Yeah.
this drink talk makes me want to go get drunk and have a good drink session.
Yeah, it's very unique, and would create an interesting drink session. That's for sure. I don't know how much of it. Like I know that seemed like I drank a lot, but I could drink more whiskey than I can of this.
Oh, I've heard stories. You're definitely the fan of the brown liquor.
Brown
It
liquor.
sounds like it's very strong, like flavor-wise, even compared to whiskey is what it sounds like. from
Yeah.
what you described.
It's definitely very strong when it comes to flavor. It's like fruit, pepper. I don't know. There's all kinds of.
They have a cocktail
Finessing.
book on their website you can download.
Not much of the tales of cock, but it would make a good cocktail, I have to say.
Ming River Pineapple Smash. That sounds good.
Alarmed dragon.
Good night.
Oh, good night, Bree. Oh, you're no longer there, so.
Yeet.
That sounds good. It's just muddled pineapple and basil, and then you shake it with ice and strain it into a glass with ice cube.
It's very, very interesting. I think... Oh, yeah. Thea left as well. But that's nice. There does seem like a lot of cocktails that it's used for, which makes sense because it is a very fruity for flavor, I would say, because even by itself, I was able to get Hun, my girlfriend, to have it just with some ice, and it was delicious, she said. Well, maybe not delicious. It was still burning her throat, she said, a little bit, but it still tastes good.
Enjoy the burn.
See? I do
The
too.
burn means it's working.
Exactly. Maybe not with as much squelching with it, or however you want to describe this sound.
I'm surprised a lot of these drinks are like pineapple or lime based, which surprises me because it also says it has like strong anise flavors. So I'm surprised there's not any like cocktail recipes on here to like bring that more forward.
I don't know what anise is.
Kind of like a licoricey kind of taste.
Kind of.
Like if you've ever had like a pizzelle cookie, like that, like.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.